back when Apple made
Because
modems. I remember those days.
that
Hello.
was the key bit. The only way I could get it. Hello, Knuda.
Hello.
We're discussing tech jobs from hell.
And also people storing their porn on company property, which is why that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's a very dumb thing to do.
Imagine having a work computer.
I mean, just
I have several,
think.
but there's no porn on them.
I mean, no. Just think about the fucking CEO of the GTA the company that made GTA, who
Rockstar?
of Rockstar. Thank you, Randy Pitchford, who fucking went into a meeting with a U.S. Gearbox. My bad. Then that would be the Borderlands people.
Yep.
Went into a fucking meeting with a USB stick that had both the stuff he was planning for that meeting, as well as I think 10 terabytes of porn.
Well, not
Or
quite
something
10
like that.
terabytes.
It was a lot.
About 100 gigs of 18-year-olds being gangbanged. For some reason, on his work drive. And more importantly, the meeting was in a coffee shop.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
And he left it behind. And
Yes.
someone found it.
Yep.
This raises
At
so many
that point,
questions.
is that even a coincidence?
I mean, maybe his he's just into that kind of humiliation. And that was
Bedford's a bit of an idiot in general.
Oh, he is. He's a massive dumbass.
also Mason just getting his groceries, so I think that's probably why we're still shooting the shit.
Yeah. I figured as much.
But yeah, when we did last leave off, you guys were having a bonding experience.
Bonding people's fists to other people's faces.
Beating the shit out of your new recruit.
I mean, I feel like the
Listen.
rest of the squad definitely feels as though they've grown closer with Noalia after Noalia took off her power armor in front of everyone.
I have no idea. I'm not here.
Probably improved people's opinions somewhat.
She does look good. Heavily scarred, but you know what? That doesn't necessarily detract.
No, that's usually a good look.
Fight.
Since when are scars not attractive?
Yeah.
It was also a very good fight. A lot of back and forth.
Yeah. If I had been in my power armor, that fight would have gone very differently. Having only 2 dice for strength is really bad for me.
Honestly, I'm just glad that this person can fight, because I was really worried with bringing that character onto ours that I was overloading our group with more not skilled in that way NPCs.
I'm glad that they can fight. My worry is them attempting to melee way too many things.
I'm glad you specified NPCs because I was going to say, wait a minute. Hold on, Riven's not useless. I have some... She's got some skills.
Oh, bless your heart.
Me? Axe.
Yes.
Do I actually have real skills?
Listen,
No.
listen, Alex, just because I'm
I'm
a northerner, big air quotes,
No,
still know what that means.
Fucking yank.
I have a good athletics. I have 3 things in awareness. I have cunning, 1 dice, which brings me up to a total of 2.
That still
I have
means you
seen
have
her
the skill.
I have stealth. I have survival.
How much stealth?
Fuck, I actually not bad. 4 dice after 2
Yeah,
stealths,
for a
which isn't
tier 1, it's
horrible.
not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 1 tech dice just because I have to have it for being a squat.
Hey, Hugh. Tier 2 when?
It's coming up. It's slowly coming up.
Tier 2 is coming.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We
For
are
now,
at
we return.
185 XP.
Are we?
Now we return
Yeah.
to the liberation of St. Cardias Rest, to the fighting ring of the 999th that has gathered a fair few other troopers from other regiments around who are cheering on, and currently Nualia and Bullet both slumped to the ground. Bullet wheezing heavily, and Nualia looking a little worse for wear.
Oh, yeah.
Might possibly be bleeding out.
I'm just gonna say to them as they're slumped. I'm offering lessons, you know. 1 ration pack per session.
Oh my god.
Nualia, just a hand lifts up and points at Agrotrom and is just like, make it a half a ration pack. She just keeps pointing and says, friends discount.
He considers it, and he's like, that's one buyer, and the rest are gonna buy after that. All right, fine. The same goes for the rest of the squad. And if for you fucking onlookers, that's a whole ration.
Hugh, just out of curiosity, how long does it take to get from here-ish to where everyone is?
Where's Hirish?
Here-ish is way south of the map.
Where you had headed off to.
Yes.
I'd say at a walking pace, it would take you about 10 to 15 minutes.
What? Do you mean to tell me that Riven didn't get distracted banging the hot Mechanicus lady?
I did not bang the janitor.
I don't believe you.
Man, if no one has any context or it doesn't hear very well, that sounds like I didn't bang the janitor.
I didn't bang the janitor.
Or the
Okay, but we're
janitor.
not
Or the janitor.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't
There
have
we
the
go.
option. Sorry, it's my New Jersey accent coming through. I don't know what to tell you.
Nah. Janitor, more like
Janitor.
Gene Tor. Let's go.
Gene Tor, fine, whatever.
No, please don't say it
Janitor.
that way. That's cursed.
No, only say it
Gene
that
Tor.
way.
Alright,
Gene
So-
Tor.
regardless, I didn't bang her, didn't have the option. Maybe in the future if I have
There's
the option.
always the option, and Hugh will always let you try.
Yeah, really. Well, maybe I should have considered that.
You got time.
They are actually right there. I will
Oh.
let you guys try anything. If you want
Oh.
to do a thing, whether it's like try and steal something that you really shouldn't, or seduce somebody, or
This was
whatever,
Nicola, right?
I'll let you try it.
Can I
This-
produce the ESPN of the guard? With my invention of base of ball?
No,
If
well,
you can get your hands on any kind of vaguely shaped equipment to try and do the thing, I will let you try and create an impromptu game.
Nualia
You would
is-
probably do better to do a radio version of ESPN than a video version
Yeah.
Yeah.
via
that's-
the Vox.
It's easier, to be fair, it plays more to his strengths.
Nualia
certainly
attempts to
confused the hell out
seduce,
of everyone's army.
Nualia attempts to seduce some of the other Sisters of Battle and is the only one that actually has a chance in hell of doing that.
Well,
Just
amusingly,
sisterly
the,
love, don't you know?
Exactly. No, exactly.
They're right for the Emperor, but they are all also, it's
Well-
a harem, so
Yeah.
so the original version of Flux was actually much more of a druggie than this iteration of Flux is, and was primarily like the primary goal outside of driving a fucking Titan was just titty.
None.
That was it.
None.
That was it. It was very interesting playing some of the attempts that Flux tried to with you. It made for a time, TM.
So I guess I'm making my way uptown, walking fast. This is past. I'm northbound. That's where I am for the next 15 minutes. Thank you.
After
And I need you.
Miss
Hello?
you.
after a little bit, Nualia is going to roll over and stand up, and is going to walk over, limping just a little bit, and hold out a hand to what's the person's name again?
I should probably open my notes.
Hugh, what's the person's name?
Sounds like Bueller, but isn't. Bueller.
Blair.
It's
Boulette.
definitely not.
Bouleur.
It's definitely not.
I like
the
Bueller.
5e monster of the same name.
Of the Boulay. Yeah.
I always thought it was Bulette.
I've
That's
heard
always
it
how I
pronounced
said it.
like 5 different ways. As far as I'm concerned, they're all correct.
It's the running joke. Nobody knows her name and nobody cares.
Yeah. It's the giant fucking armored mole. Like,
Yeah, I learned that it is technically actually Violet,
oh, okay.
but fuck that, it's Violet.
Yeah, but yeah, I go over to Buller and I offer a hand.
In marriage?
Yeah,
No.
she pushes herself up to a knee, kind of begrudgingly grabs your arm, lets
Yeah.
you pull her to her feet, a
Yeah.
little unsteadily.
Yeah, Nualia will heft her up, one hand on her shoulder, and just say, "You fought extremely well. That was very well done. You have great skill."
Give me a persuasion roll.
Can I do a leadership roll?
You're not in
Oh,
charge of
I would
nothing,
allow that.
bitch.
That's not the point.
I would allow leadership as you still occupy a position of authority, just not direct authority.
Yeah.
It's fine. I basically gave Nualia the original authority she had anyways.
Yeah. 4.
Gives you a small nod, and as she sheathes her sword, says, "Thank you, sister. You were quite a challenge."
I get the feeling that I was not, but I do apologize for the underhanded assault, but I wish to impress a point. Our enemies are not going to surrender.
Actually, some of them did.
This is fair.
Because
Some
I'm
have.
just that good.
Yeah, no. Some have at gunpoint, but that's not the point.
Hey,
I like-
listen, just because you aren't persuasive.
I have gotten 3 of them to surrender. Like, she whirls around. I have gotten 3 of them to surrender and 2 of them to shoot themselves, so don't try.
And who's around here to corroborate that? Folks is just gonna glare at the rest of them.
It is true that every single one of those that she got to surrender, she was alone for it.
Agrotrum just looks between them and says, amateur POW counts. You should have seen me in my last deployment. There were men who threw down their arms just because they knew I was coming. And
Yes, that was what, 1 worm in the soil?
30 men and 1 very confused Kriegsmarine.
No, don't
I
be
don't know
too
what he
rude
was
to
doing
him.
there, or how he thought I was offending him, but
Don't be too rude to Agril. After all, he eats dirt. He could get food poisoning.
no, I eat rocks. Dirt is no nutrition. Rocks
Dirt
do.
is just compressed rocks.
As
Yes.
you guys,
The opposite.
But they more-
Rocks are
something.
just compressed dirt.
the crowd
Words.
of troopers around you begins chanting, "Next fight! Next fight! Next
Yeah,
fight!"
Agrotrum walks out the middle. All right. And the
No.
Undertakers!
No,
Come on!
Agril. No.
Come on! I'm the only good man
No.
I combated here. Give me 1! Just 1!
You already had your one as a treat.
Yeah, but he got knocked the fuck out in
Inside.
2 hits!
Inside.
Come on! If I win rations, will you let me do it?
No, we have enough rations.
Favors with the quartermaster crew?
I'm not going to ask you again.
Buzzkill at every turn! Whatever.
Don't worry, I've got something to fix that.
If it's not really good beer, I don't want it.
Fine, I won't
Sound
share.
of booing
Ah!
crowd. Boo! Come on, let him fight!
Flux is just gonna turn to Nualia.
She's currently like helping Bullard off the field and is like checking over Bullard to make sure she didn't do lasting damage.
Lanewald. Bit of help?
I cry.
Claymore takes a step forward, turns to the crowd, takes a deep breath, and then yells, "Right, you horrible sacks of maggots! Get the fuck out of here before the commissar sees you!"
I love Lainwald.
I organize a ring in 2 days.
No, you won't.
At the
course
mention
I
of the
won't.
commissar, several troopers kind of glance around warily and begin to dash off. One glances around over here and yelps in surprise. And you're, "Oh shit, she's right!"
Oh shit!
Oh dear.
Stealth check to just kind of be there.
I would say if you guys are now on a timer, what are you gonna do? React fast. I'd say, Ribbon, you are at this point, I'd say about here.
Okay, I won't be making a stealth check then. Wait, where am I?
Where is your token?
I'm chilling out above 8. I moved myself. I don't know if that was accurate or not.
I
No.
would say you've made your way to about here, as you see the crowd begin to disperse, and one guy say, "Oh shit, she's right." And
Nualia.
indeed, over here you can see a commissar advancing towards you.
Nualia, like, leans over, Boulert and says, "Follow my lead, exactly as I say. This was a training exercise, and I asked you for assistance in showing the other troops. If we say otherwise, he might shoot us both."
Nualia,
Yes?
I'm gonna need you. And Flux is gonna head out to meet the commissar.
Very good. Let me get my power armor on. And,
Yes, that would be
yeah.
wise.
Yeah.
And Flux is just gonna eye you.
Nualia just is confused for a second, looks down, just like, and then it's just, "Oh, right," and then just steps over to her power armor. Still very calm.
But yeah, Flux will head out to preemptively meet the commissar.
Artem just flees back to the bunk like, "Oh no, it's a guy who's very, very determined to probably shoot me the minute he notices I'm not normal."
As you begin to move backward, Lanewald shouts out, "Alright, Niners! Rank and file, parade address!"
Ah. Yeah, he'll fucking... Alright. He's not sneaking out of that one.
No, Lanewald will hand him his ass.
Yeah, exactly. He realizes that. Just because I could beat everyone up in a fist fight doesn't mean I'm immune to fucking orders.
I feel like the commissar would just fucking shoot you at that point.
Yeah. That or I'd eat the commissar. Which comes first.
God, I wish to eat the commissar.
Hey man,
I
just
mean,
find,
you also
just,
wish you could eat out the genitor, but
Okay, no, I wish I could eat out the genitor. That's a different conversation.
just find chaos or plant chaos paraphernalia on the commissar and bam, easy reason to oof the guy.
Torp,
I mean,
Torp
Nualia does know chaos.
Torp Lanewald would absolutely bring a gun to a fist fight.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
but he'd still
Yep.
lose.
She?
I like to
No.
imagine.
No.
I like to imagine
Against
Lanewald
Agrotron,
would.
yes.
I like to imagine Lanewald would absolutely be the person to use brass knuckles. In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
why does she
Yeah.
not have them?
Because
Can
they're
we
not
Like
get her
standard
200
some?
damage.
You know
Can
what?
we get her some?
You know what? Ask Nualia, and she'll ask for some.
What you don't
Doesn't have
believe
brass
that?
knuckles, but she does have a club hanging off her belt that she just hasn't used yet.
I feel like that just doesn't do enough. Like, it's not big enough. You know, we've got chain swords in this universe. Why would you bother with brass
Here,
knuckles?
here.
I mean, if
Chain
she's not going to
knuckles.
use it, Flux would actually find them amusing.
Chain knuckles. Let's
If I
go.
remember, aren't
Power fist.
hold on, aren't chain
That's-
knuckles
yeah.
actually a thing?
Chain
Well, I
fists are a thing, but they're usually only mounted on Terminator armor.
Fair.
Fairly uncommon to see them otherwise.
My first character as a sister battle got a teleporting power fist near the end of our campaign. It was wonderful.
Someone remind me to ask Caritas to see if he has an extra pair of lightning claws.
Oh my god.
All right, so really giving this whole
Extra
situation.
pair of lightning claws.
So,
Hey, who knows?
Wally has gotten her power armor on and is going to join Flux.
While you are putting your power armor on, Flux, you begin walking towards the commissar. You meet him about here. In fact, there are two commissars. One you have seen before, the other you haven't. The first is a rough, portly gentleman with a bushy white moustache, wearing his cap of office and his storm coat, a shining silver breastplate with a gold aquila across it on his chest, straining a little bit against his bulk, and a power sword on his left hip and a bolt pistol on his right. Beside him is a junior commissar wearing slightly less elaborate clothing. The same heavy coat, just no gold epaulets. Same cap. He carries a chainsword and a bolt pistol. Ribbon, you are able to see Flux approaching the commissar.
And I'm assuming I'm not like super
I'm
high
in
right.
danger.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming I'm not like super high right now, so I can actually get a sense of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely lucid. Imperial medical technology is pretty advanced.
All right. Yeah, I will. Actually, yeah. Can I? It's midday, right?
It is early morning.
Okay, cool. Can I do something egregiously stupid and make a stealth check to just kind of be there when Nualia gets there, just so that Flux is shadowed by the two of us?
Sure.
All right. Just want to be extra. That's all.
Uh-huh.
What? You know.
I feel like extra is just
Nice.
this squad at this point.
Yeah.
Yeet.
We absolutely are. Yes.
The setting calls for it, so why not? All right. 6 successes.
We get the job done,
Me
so...
do a thing quickly.
Sure.
And then some.
Yeah, Ribbon, you slink up behind Flux. Flux doesn't seem to notice. The junior commissar watches every step you take, with a slight scowl. Where did I
What was I'm trying to remember, what was the not the junior commissar, but the commissar's name?
That's what I'm trying to find in my notes.
I bet I have it on my
Flux doesn't know. Maybe.
I took
It
a
depends.
lot
Could
of
Flux
notes.
remember?
The commissar is Marcus Mendeville.
Yep. Yep.
Mendeville.
Mandeville.
Lovely.
Dervillman.
Yeah, as you approach, the commissar snaps his heels together and gives you a sharp salute, Flux. Sergeant Major, congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you. It's good to see you. I assume you're here because of the noise.
Well, we were going to perform regular barracks inspections, but the noise had been noticed, yes. He glances over your shoulder to the Niners arraying into smart formation and several troopers disappearing around corners. Having a bit of light exercise, I take it.
Training exercise. The Sister of Battle that's been going with our squad has offered to assess the new recruits that we were given.
Give me I want to say deception roll for that.
It's not even wrong, though.
It's not.
Can I
Alright,
assist?
call it persuasion then. You are technically telling the truth, though bending it.
I have
somewhat.
2 dice in any of these.
Can I? Yeah. I'd like to assist if possible, just by piping up in my vest Mechanicus. impression. It's in the interest of increasing the efficiency of our squad by doing such training exercises.
Go on then. Roll an assist.
Sure.
I'm gonna wrap
Yeah,
this.
apparently.
We're doing persuasion, yeah?
Not bad, not bad.
Hey, that is the highest I can possibly roll. Well, with no,
Alright.
you know,
No
All
sixes,
total. Vanderbilt gives you a very knowing eyebrow raise. Indeed. No serious injuries, I hope.
Agrotrum sweats.
of course not. We would not damage the force, the strength of the Imperium in such a way.
Boulette is looking a little stiff in the line, and Lace is quite very clearly hanging off the shoulder of the trooper next to it.
I will say I did roll a 10 on the medicus check for Bullard. But yeah.
Fair, yeah. Alright, you give her a shot of stim. She certainly looks better, but she's still a little wheezy.
Of course, yeah. Thankfully the bruises are not where the commissar can see.
Hey man, it's
None.
I only did an internal fracture, so he can't see that either.
Non-lethal sparring, of course, and our Sister of Battle was rather interested in making sure that everyone stayed in one piece.
Can Noalia be stepping up at that point?
I'd say you will just about gotten your armor on and will be making your way over.
Okay. Alright.
Mandeville gives a small nod and says, I see. But a sharp intake of breath from the junior commissar prompts him to say, well, speak your mind, Frampt.
Dude,
Lord
he's gonna take
Commissar.
his Lord vessel.
Is it not against regulations for troopers to be engaging in combat against one another outside of regulated training exercises? Mandeville gives a small nod. It is, yes. However, the Sergeant Major was not able to take the non-coms primer when ascending to their current rank. As such, I feel it acceptable to give a certain amount of leeway, at least to begin with.
Understood.
Brempt sneers a little. And how long has the Sergeant Major attained their command? Mandeville shakes his head and says, well, you can ask the Sergeant Major themselves. They are not a doorpost.
I'm fine being a doorpost.
Brempt turns his cold grey eyes on you. He has a very narrow face and a bit of a hooked nose, but he holds himself very straight. Straight back, shoulders back, always at a very sharp attention.
Oh, stick up his ass, got it.
See, I was just about to say, this man has never gotten laid.
Man has never done combat. If I may, Lord Commissar.
Watch him be assigned to us. This would be great. Did I predict things?
Find out.
You have no doubt heard about the operation to, not that one, the operation to...
How long have I actually been in charge of the squad? It's been like
A day.
only a few
3
days,
It's been like 3
right?
days.
I thought it was a day.
Three
Days,
planet.
quote unquote.
Sure.
It's a
been about-
planet day.
It's been
Three
about a
planet
standard
days.
week, give or take.
Because it was
Right,
like
and
just
of that,
before
I've been in the field for how much of it?
Actually, I can
the
tell you
entirety
exactly how
of it.
long you
If-
have been in operation.
Pretty much like when you got the orders to go on this mission was when
Yeah.
you were promoted, and so
Yeah.
we
So
went
I've been
we
in
went out
command-
almost immediately. So
You have been in operation for 336 hours.
Would it be reasonable for probably not? Flux is too scatterbrained.
No, but I would know that.
There, you've been in operation for exactly 2 weeks today.
Oh, fun.
really,
So,
Yeah.
can I interject and talk you up? Do you mind?
Sure.
Hold on. I
Or
actually
not, I mean,
I wish
okay.
to. No. Feel free in a sec. I apologize, but that doesn't sound about right because
It really doesn't.
Flux got promoted like as we were getting the orders for this last assignment, and then
Our last assignment was exactly. I wrote this
was
down.
two solar was two in,
It
was two
was
planetary
128 hours.
Okay, so the 2 weeks is how long you've been on the planet in operation.
days. Yeah.
Okay.
Flux
So much has happened in 2
Command
weeks.
was
3 days.
Yeah, 3 planetary
I've been in
days.
command for 3 days.
Yeah, 3 planetary days,
Nearly
and I
a
want
week.
like 5 solar days. Something like that.
about 6.
6, okay, yeah.
Right. If you're counting planetary days, that'll be about 3, of which I've spent maybe 4 hours at a base, and 6 if you're counting standard.
Gives you
I'm
a
sorry.
almost disbelieving look.
Consider what they have done in that time. By my calculations, they have increased the efficiency of the operations on St. Cardias' Rest by 9.6231%.
God damn it.
Aggro Trump
Well,
just
yeah.
considers yelling significant number, but he's like, I'm gonna get shot if I do that.
Nualia will have stepped up at that point and say, I can also corroborate that Sergeant Major Flux had taken command almost at the outset of our last operation, and we have been in field almost the entire time.
Avery, give me
Flux
a
is just
tech
gonna raise their
jargon roll.
hand slowly.
Jargon? Oh, that's amazing.
And
Oh.
Walia, give me a persuasion assist.
Yeah,
Wait,
Flux is just
okay.
also gonna be slowly raising their hand.
Mandeville gives you a nod.
And I wasn't promoted to Sergeant Major until about 6 hours ago?
Yep.
About
No.
8 now.
8.
Nualia nods along with that, yeah.
Furman just whispers over to Flux, just kind of like nudges them a little bit. Be more confident.
I don't understand time. Time is
No.
irrelevant.
No, but don't. You don't need to hold your Sergeant Major. Like you're important.
Channel your inner Aggro Trump.
Time is irrelevant. The explosives are now.
Mandeville gives a bit of a self-satisfied huff and a bit of a nod at your words. Frampt actually pauses, watching Riven, and says, Interesting. Your numbers match up surprisingly well to the Strategios Logios.
God damn it.
Shit, you actually did improve the efficiency by 9%.
That's what happens when you poison the
6, 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations,
So it's worth
Flux.
noting
You
that-
by yourself were nearly 10% of the fucking strategic operation.
You're welcome.
It is worth noting that this is in relation to this front of the war effort. There are 4 other fronts to consider, but still. Are we certain that such an inexperienced officer deserves platoon command at this point? Mandeville waves a hand.
Please demote
That
me.
is not a hard decision to make.
Flux does do that. Please demote me.
That is not our decision to make, Frampt. We are the Commissariat. We are not part of the official chain of command. It is for Commander Versailles to decide, and he has seen fit that Sergeant Major Flux be given platoon command.
Damn
It is our job to ensure that Sergeant Major Flux and their regiment operate efficiently.
Damn it.
And Nualia will also at that point say, I apologize, Commissar Mandeville and Commissar Front?
Frampt.
Front. that
With
I
the
did not
primordial
give
serpent.
that I did not give proper greeting upon approaching, and she snaps a salute and a sign of the Aquila.
They return the salute, and Mandeville returns the sign of the
Is
Aquila.
that what it is?
But
Okay.
head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
bird.
that had been bugging me. I was like, oh,
It's a bird.
Two
Yeah.
heads.
yeah, I get it. I get
And
it.
this is
Yeah.
the Cog Mechanicus.
Yeah.
Wait, is this seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah, two cogs meshing together.
I mean,
That's
it
why
works.
he's
I
been
like that.
doing
What do
that.
you expect? Yeah, what do you expect people to do with their hands to like do cogs? Like,
I don't know. I was trying to figure something
to be
complicated
fair,
out.
we can do some really complicated shit like spelling blood with our hands.
Yeah,
so...
I was just about to.
Here,
So
yeah.
kind of a good idea.
let me show you an easy one. It's the screw in the bolt hole.
Would you have to twist it as it went in, though?
That works. That
But
works.
yeah.
Gotta go like.
Flex that finger.
Maybe that's just from your Forge world.
I don't have a Forge World. I grew up on a station.
Forge station.
Anyway,
Returning to the game.
We were talking about in-game lore.
Yeah. Mandeville says, Sister Nualia, I'm glad to see you are well.
And it is good to see you as well, Commissar Mandeville.
Gives a fairly warm smile. Nods his head.
Why do you get a smile?
Because I'm not a soldier. She just smiles back.
Yes, apologies, Sergeant, but officer relations have to be kept in strict confidence.
That's fair. I'm ragging on her. This is fine.
It is convenient that we run into you, though. Our next operation with the 13th Company will be, well, shall we say, monumentous. As such, all platoons are being assigned a commissar.
Excellent.
New Orleans just says, it will be a joy to have you amongst us, Commissar Mandeville. Just ignoring Frown.
Unfortunately, sister, I must perform my duties at company command.
Oh,
Junior Commissar Frampt will be performing the duties with your platoon.
Ah, I apologize, both to yourself and to Commissar Frampt. I meant no offense.
Frampt squints a little, but inclines his head. None taken, sister. My appointment as a platoon commissar is unusual for one of such low rank as myself.
Yeah, and she will actually hold out a gauntleted fist, or rather gauntleted hand, and say, "It is a pleasure to meet you, Commissar Frampt."
can I ask a out of character question? Lore
Yes.
thing. How much access to records of missions and such does the commissariat have?
Commissariat usually has access to all records of the formation they are attached to, but not much else.
So would it be reasonable to assume that they are aware of how we have operated up to this point?
They have read the reports that you guys have written, yes.
And we have tried
That
to make...
doesn't help me.
Yeah, we have tried to make sure that the reports do not incriminate us unnecessarily.
Well, yeah, it depends how truthful you are in your reports. If you've been honest, then they know everything you did. If you've hidden things, then they know what you've told them. I don't know what that is. That's been up to you guys.
That's fair.
I mean, you haven't shot us yet, so I wasn't sure if we were just assuming.
I figured that the reports we gave was very honest about the things that we accomplished and the things that we did, but probably leaned more towards implication on our methods rather than outright stating, hey, we haven't followed the book.
Yeah. In that case, Flux is just going to raise a hand against Lily.
Sergeant Major?
Is there any chance I could have a slightly more private word with you?
Certainly, but it can't take long. We have inspections to perform.
Absolutely. We'll only take a moment.
He nods
I-
and takes a few steps to one side of the chapel.
If it interests the Lord Commissar, I can regale him with the canticles of the Omnissiah and various precepts therein.
Are you speaking to the younger one?
Yes. Absolutely, I am.
I think Nawalia
Amazing.
is also still like standing there with her hand out too.
Yeah, Agrotrub like hears a rival storyteller. He's like, I have better stories than whatever the robot goddess says.
And
Ramp
Riven like
actually
makes this face. Just
gives you a small nod, Riven, and says, I am only a junior commissar, not yet a lord by any stretch. But yes, I have always had a fascination with the ways of the Omnissiah.
excellent.
Confidence deflated.
No, it's fine. I can actually do this in character. That's
No, I
just
mean
not a
mine.
thing. Ah,
I was like, I have cooler things than Robot God, and then he's like, completely ignores my existence.
you're off in the background, and I'm trying very hard not to turn around and yell at you because I'm trying to maintain a persona for 5 fucking minutes.
Join me in being unabashedly real.
But yeah, while Riven and Nawalia are entertaining the junior commissar, Flux, you are taken aside beside the chapel, out of earshot of your squad and the others. Still within plain view, but he lowers his voice a little.
I apologize if this is too forward. I'm not entirely sure about the boundaries with this, as you've already pointed out. But I assume that, given that you're assigning the junior commissar to our regiment, you are aware of what our normal level of operation is.
Commissar Frampt will be assigned to you for the duration of your next mission and no longer. He will not bunk with you, he will not engage with you in training, he will only be there to ensure that you carry out the Emperor's duty at a critical time.
Please transport us in his mouth to a new location. I've been thinking about this whole time. It's Frampt is the name of the primordial serpent in Dark Souls. I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't stop thinking about
That's fair.
That is where I got the name.
Wait, did you do the same thing with Vanderbilt then?
I mean, Mandeville's a pretty common name. I've seen it in a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I've
Right.
never heard that name
Manderville.
before.
Manderville, anytime I've ever heard it used in movies or books, it has always been the uptight, commissar type military person.
Final
Right.
Fantasy.
It's good
They
to
run the gold
Indeed.
saucer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a pretty beautiful set of quests those people have.
Yes. Well, I mean, I posted the.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when is Darkstalker Cath gonna come over here?
You mean Morrigan, right?
Morrigan. It's called like Cath or Calath or some shit.
So we said Darkstalkers, so that's why I said Morrigan.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Funny succubus. Yeah, let's go. Or is she a vampire? I don't remember.
She's vampire. No. Yes, she is a vampire.
Succupier. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Getting
sorry,
back to the
continue.
game.
Continue.
Suck my pyre.
Just gonna say that and be really mad at myself about it. So thank you for doing that.
Hey, wait. No, he looked at that. Fine.
Look, go for it.
Thank you. I'm sure you understand my apprehension given some of the situations we've found ourselves needing to get into during our last mission.
The Gideon 307th has a reputation for needing fewer commissars than the average regiment. Loyalty is one of your planet's great strengths. Well, one of your regiment's great strengths. I gather it has little to do with your planet of origin.
I do indeed have words to describe my planet. Not necessarily those words.
Yes. The 307th's habit of recruiting from the worlds it is deployed to has made it quite diverse, but loyalty has been a commendable factor of its history.
I try to instill that in our squad. Thus the training exercise, though I will endeavor to go through the correct channels in the future.
Yes, if sparring is something that you feel is necessary, ensure that it leaves no lasting damage that can't be healed before you are deployed. If such injury occurs, it will come with penalties.
Understood. I think that's all I have to say. My concerns were largely, the structured nature of our new commissar.
Yes, bit of a stickler for formalities and strictures, but
Yes, and we all know how I am.
yes, but there is a loyal and pragmatic soul underneath it all. Give him some time.
Can I give him a drink?
During off-duty hours, officers are permitted to drink as they see fit, as long as it does not interfere with their duties later.
I will file that away for such time.
He leans in a little closer. I recommend Valhallan Vlod. It's one of his favorites.
You, sir, are a delight.
He gives you a very broad wink. I'd like to keep the gears of our fair regiment moving smoothly.
Smooth as good. Especially when some of the details can get lost in the heat of battle.
Yeah, reports can't always convey every detail.
Well, yes, you'd have had to be there to see the full scope.
He gives you a knowing nod. Make sure nothing too significant slips from any future reports. It could mean the changes of tides across the planet.
Absolutely. Any and all relevant information will be included in thorough detail.
Very well. Try not to, let Frampt know. He might not take to it too kindly, but he will only be deployed with you for the coming engagement, perhaps in future engagement. But as and when needed for the grander plan. I'm sure you understand. I can't go into further detail.
Oh, definitely. I'm not one for details anyways, they just keep making me have to be in charge of things.
Well, clearly shown an aptitude for it. Many in your position die on their first assault.
That's my leading goal. Yeah, that's the guiding factor that we're trying to avoid.
Well, keep it up. You might make a name for the 999th at this rate.
Yeah. If I can keep these fucks in line, that is certainly something that could happen.
Well, that being said,
I will not stop you from doing your duty.
very well. Good evening, Sergeant Major. I will be conducting the inspection of your barracks in approximately 20 minutes. Please have your troopers awaiting and ready.
Understood. And, yeah, they will give a salute and the sign of the Aquila, and very quickly, but not too quickly, start walking. 20
He
minutes, 20
returns the
minutes, 20 minutes,
salute.
20 minutes.
Steps back towards Framt, Riven, and Nualia, interrupting your recital of canticles to the Omnissiah.
Have you just been sitting there robotically saying stuff, just staring at him?
Not blinking at all.
He actually seems to
His
enjoy
head
it.
tilts
There
to the
is a
side a bit.
there is a almost Gregorian cadence to Omniscient canticles, underlaid with strange electronic sounds that convey extra depth of meaning and data. And to the right ear, it could be considered quite musical. Commissar Frampt certainly seems to think so. But as Mandeville approaches, he inclines his head and says, "Apologies, Corporal, Sister Nualia. We must go about our inspections now."
Of course.
Understood.
A pleasure seeing you again, Commissar Mandeville. And I
And
look
you, Sister.
forward
It's
to
been
working
also my
with
pleasure.
you. And I look forward to working with you, Commissar Frampt.
He snaps his heels together and gives you a salute, Nualia.
She gives a salute back.
I look forward to seeing you in action, Sister. I have heard good things from the reports.
I hope so.
Agreed, Commissar Frowned. Ribbon makes the sign of the Mechanicus. Just cringes internally.
Frampt returns the sign of the Mechanicus and a slight bow before giving you a salute and then marching off to the side with the Lord Commissar, making their way to the nearby barracks of the 76th.
For the record, I've been carrying my server orb in my hands this entire time.
Fair.
So just like, yeah, no, it's... Yeah.
Yeet.
Flux will motion Lanewald to join them from where they are.
Yeah.
So Noelia, about that drink.
Another time, I believe. We don't have much time at the moment, plus I believe Lace needs some medical attention.
Mm.
She does pat Riven on the shoulder and says, soon though, soon. And yeah, she's gonna go over and and give Lace a checkup.
Lamord stamps a foot and barks, "At ease!" and then marches over to
love Lamewald.
Flux.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners kind of slump around, sitting around and watching. Laces kind of gently laid down up against the wall of the mess hall. He's looking fairly dazed still. Might have a bit of a concussion.
Well, it's good. That's the best way to learn.
Outro muse out. Maybe I hit him a little too hard.
Yeah, Lamord marches over to you, Flux.
Right. So, on top of the expanding group that we now have, we are going to be joined by a junior commissar for our next engagement. And with that comes all of the joys of a very, very, very strict commissar who has a stick up their ass. That
Lamord
being said,
frowns quite deeply.
they're going to be joining Not for very long. So we're just going to need to keep things low-key until then. And yeah, inspection in 20 minutes. Get everything packed up, everyone patched up, and ready for inspection.
Nods.
As well, I'd like a few minutes before the commissars show up to brief everyone on the nature of the situation.
You got it, boss. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. I'm just waiting for one of the new people to get shot.
Laymore nods and gives you a grin. Don't worry, I won't be the one shooting any of them.
Yes, I'd prefer if we didn't lose a squad member to the new commissar.
She starts heading back, barking to the troopers. Those of you who can walk, in the barracks, get your kit ready. Inspection.
Flux is going to come up on Nualia and try and get a time estimate.
For
This fun situation of concussion.
that is a very good question, Hugh.
With an 8, give him a shot of stim. Don't make him do any heavy lifting. He should be generally alright. He should really be sleeping, but that's not really an option.
Yeah, that's what Nualia will tell Flux.
All right. Good to know.
If nothing else, I can assist him with, as I said, the heavy lifting.
Yes.
I'm sure he can make his own bed, and she just like side eyes him.
That would be ideal.
I didn't scramble his brains too bad, did I?
I think in the future I am not going to allow you to use the axe in training exercises.
Look, it's really just more my fault. I went too hard on him to prove a point. I'll not
That's
swing
indeed
for the
a
head next
word.
time.
Hey, Agrotrom. You remember that time yesterday where you had to pretend to be my assistant?
Huh?
We might have to do that again. I
From
hope
what I
not.
understand from the paperwork that I have at least access to, Agrotrom is like registered abhuman, right?
Official member of the 999th.
Yeah.
A transfer from an auxiliary regiment.
Agril is fine. We actually don't have an issue with
Oh.
squats.
Great.
That being said, what's not fine is if you talk back to the fucking commissar. Because I'm not stepping in front of a gun for you if you're that stupid.
I've made this mistake 3 times before. I don't intend to do it a 4th.
Probably
Admit-
wise.
Admittedly, I got lucky each 3 times. 2 missed. 1 actually got sniped right before he shot me.
Do you mean to tell me that not only was 1 time not enough, but 2 wasn't enough either?
This is a man who ate rocks.
With all due respect, while I'm sure these stories are fascinating, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
He doesn't even need seconds mentions. They deserved the words. Their reaction was unnecessary.
How illegal is the alcohol I have?
In your hands, it's fine.
Right. Flux is gonna take the time to fix their living area and make it not look like they're trying to smuggle contraband in their ceiling.
Fair enough.
Like, yes, this has always been on my bedside table.
As you enter the barracks, Lamewold is mother henning the others into getting their beds ready, getting their kits sorted out, making sure their uniforms are straight.
Dwalia is helping where necessary with Lace.
Yeah, after a shot of stim and a bit of encouragement, he's able to focus a little, enough to sort himself out.
Mm-hmm. Didn't figure there was any real heavy lifting that needed to be done, just getting ready for inspection, but...
I don't know, the pillow's
Nah.
pretty heavy.
It is when you
After
it is
about-
when you stuff several beer cans into it.
After about 5 minutes of hustle and bustle, the door swings open, and a limping Risa steps into the room, glances around. Oh, you guys are in a right rush. What's going on?
Commissars! Inspection!
Yeah, I'm gonna wait in the fucking Medicaid for another 10 minutes.
It would have probably been wise, all things considered.
I'm turns around and begins walking out the door.
Yeah.
He says, get your leg replaced in the meantime. That'll give you more leeway.
Yeah, I'll think of that. Closes the door behind her.
I don't know if I'm going to say this, but
Linwold's
cosmetics
gotta
aren't the
get her.
solution to every problem.
Laywalker watches this happen with a look of confusion, glances at Nualia, and then heads over to the door to Flux's office. Flux, Risa just walked in, then walked the fuck out. Should I go get her?
Yes.
She was. Nualia calls from behind Lanewald. She was limping and late for inspection.
We're not late because it hasn't started yet.
Fair.
Lamewald turns from the door and runs down the aisle between the bunks, slamming through the door. Yells out, "Oi, Risa, come here!" you hear a distant, "Oh shit!"
Risa's
then
just
a
hobbling
thud,
away
and
faster.
a yell of, there's a thud and a yell of, "Ah, fuck!"
Nualia will go outside to make sure Risa's leg didn't get hurt again.
You see Lamewald standing up, lifting Risa by the scruff, and then dragging her towards the door. Risa looks fine. She's got a bit of a bruise on her cheek. Lamewald gives you a shrug, noise. She started to run.
Oh no, I realized that, but look, just get her inside. Come, Risa, I'll help you with getting your bunk ready.
Risa grumbles something you can't quite hear. You're not sure if it's actually words or if she's just muttering to vent frustration.
I'd like to make an awareness check.
Go for it.
5.
Yeah, you can make out the words galoot, fucking, fist, owl, base.
Nualia just smiles and leads Risa over to her bed, offering a shoulder on the side that she's limping on.
Flux will have been after they make sure that their bunk is like fine, because they haven't even slept in there yet. I don't think. Head out to see Risa.
Yeah, she's limping a little, but you see her stowing her kit under a bunk using the footlocker. Gets her gun out, sets it up, disassembled, and it's across the bed, along with all the others, everyone with their fancy new las guns. Risa takes a few moments trying to look over the gun, trying to work out how to actually disassemble it before Lamewold comes over and shows her how to unpack it. Folds up her spare uniforms, have everything displayed out on the bed, proper inspection.
Yeah, Flux is just gonna tap Reese on the shoulder. How's the leg?
Twinges a bit. It's a bit stiff, but they say the muscle grafts will take in like a day or two.
That'll be good. Definitely going to need it. It seems that we will be heading out fairly shortly. I'm sure you've noticed we have more faces. We're going to be working with a second squad now, which means that Lanewald got a promotion.
Oh, that's why she's being all high and mighty.
Yeah, you and Kristoff are with her squad.
Really, Sarge?
You work well together, and I need you to be a good role model for the new troops. Got a bit of an attitude problem.
Have you met me and Kristoff?
That's why I think you're the best ones to do it. You know where the lines are.
It pauses for a moment, gives you a very searching look. Like,
Yeah, Noalia is just like also
You
gives a
curious?
look to Flux.
Look, at least she doesn't have a death wish.
well, alright.
It's better than me trying to deal with them, no?
No, I meant Risa.
A lot of them look pretty
Well-
green, I've got to say, boss.
Yeah, another reason why I wanted you three on that group. Some have previous experience that will be useful, but have an attitude problem. Some don't have experience and are going to need it. Either way, I've split them up between the two squads. That way I can get people that I know I can count on in there, but also get some experience on the new ones.
So it gives you a nod and give me a leadership role.
Do. Dice gods, don't fail me now. Ha! Flux is too tired for this shit.
Yeah, Risa gives you a nod, but she still looks a little uncertain. Oh, if you say so, boss.
Look,
I'm letting you keep the missile launcher.
Her eyes do light up at that. Are we getting more ammo for it though? Because we like use nearly everything.
Going to
Nualia
attempt
has
to.
a list.
Going to attempt to.
Oh, cool then. All right, that'll be fun.
In good news, we also got to keep the tank.
Oh, who's driving? Oh, I guess that's what some of the newbies are for.
Mhm.
Yep.
We gave Lisa command of the tank.
Oh, everyone's getting a promotion except me.
And your
Only
brother.
2 people.
And your brother's not been promoted either.
Yeah, well, who promoted him?
Yes, but think about it this way. At least he's not doing better than you.
You hear? Oi! Fucking heard that.
She just waves him down.
Live. That's more than a lot of people can say.
Risa shrugs. I don't know. I feel like all the body parts I'm losing for this squad, I deserve something.
Oh, I know
Well,
that feeling.
see how you do with the new group, and perhaps when we expand further, there might be a leadership position in it. I need people I can depend on. Gotta prove yourself first, though.
When we open up a store on a new planet, you might become a manager. Congratulations.
Yes, I could just see you running a store.
Guards running a private enterprise? I do not think so.
Risa scoffs. Christoph and I specifically got into the guard to avoid that shit.
Yeah, well then stop complaining, or else I might promote you as a punishment.
Oh, what? Like you did to me?
Hey, I mean, that's what they did to me. Now look where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. Troopers get their kit ready. Does anyone want to give them a final pass, make sure they pass muster before the commissars arrive.
We'll definitely be attempting that.
Oh yeah, I will be joining on that as well.
I would say leadership roles for those doing that then.
I'm gonna like just kind of look at Lace and see if he's like glaring at me.
Now I have leadership.
Nice.
Yeah,
you do.
bureaucratic leadership.
Flux isn't good at leading people, but when it comes to passing inspection and bullshitting it,
Yeah.
they're in the know.
Yeah.
So Walia, you're not really very familiar with Astra Militarum inspection regulations. Flux, you at least have a copy of the Infantryman's Uplifting Primer that you can reference.
Listen, I've been dinged one too many times on it and paid the price. That's how Flux fucking learned.
Yeah, you're able to go over most of the kit. Couple of the newbies need a little help. Leisha has clearly got no idea how to dismantle a lasgun and requires a little helping.
Bless.
They are
Yeah.
baby.
But they're cute.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, isn't that
New
implied
bell.
by being baby?
Nubel keeps
Mhm.
on strapping her armor up wrong so it doesn't fit right. But you go through them, you're able to help them out, get everything straightened out. And pretty much just in time as the door swings open and Lord Commissar Mandeville steps in, looks around the room, gives a small nod. At ease, troopers! And he begins marching down the line, checking each trooper and their kit laid out on their bunk. Frampt marching along behind him, doing the same. He gets through the line with no issues, no complaints. Gives a firm nod. Very good. At ease, Sergeant Major. And he begins striding out. The door swinging shut behind them. Frampt gives a quick look around the room before he leaves, just in case he missed anything.
I give him
Gives
just
a
a little
small nod.
bow.
He gives a small nod, turns, closes the door behind him as he leaves.
That face when I was gonna wave to him, but I decided I'd
Please don't.
Do not antagonize the commissar.
Hey, look, it was it would have just been a greeting, and I didn't do it anyway.
Look,
Yeah.
I'd
I'd rather you not get shot.
You can't get on me for what I didn't do. Fuck off.
Right. So, as I'm sure you all have noticed, there's a new commissar around.
Yes.
Along with that, they will be coming with us on our next deployment.
Oh.
I meant to ask, Flux, does this man have any combat experience whatsoever?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
Oh, hell.
Mainly because I don't want to be on the receiving end of it.
Hmm.
If I remember correctly, in order to become a commissar, you have to have at least seen some combat.
He
Yeah, but is that from
doesn't
the trenches or
seem-
from a distance?
Well, they do come from the Schola Progenium as well, so they are not the rank and file.
Scholar roll. Everyone who wants to.
Yeah, sure.
I would love to.
Sure.
Would there
See what
be?
you know about commissars.
Nothing good.
Would I be able to roll like an insight or cunning to see if I could get anything on the commissar?
Oh yeah.
Like on his
Roll
experience himself?
Alright, yeah, I'd say insight then.
All 2 dice I
His-
have.
His hands are as smooth as a newborn baby's, which means he hasn't
Yeah.
seen a day of work.
Oh.
That or he uses all his weapons with his feet and mouth.
True, that is true.
I hope it's
Uh,
the
He
second,
could
actually.
be like Gary.
So, Flux,
Fair.
you had a glance through your Imperial Infantryman's uplifting primer after your promotion to refamiliarize yourself with some of the bits you'd skipped during enlistment.
Some you say.
And you remember reading the section on commissars. You recall reading that junior commissars are fresh out of the Scholar Progenium. They've had a lot of very harsh training, but they've not necessarily actually seen direct combat. Seeing direct combat is part of their rite of passage to becoming full-blood commissars. They're usually not assigned to something the size of a platoon. Usually they're doled out to a squad.
I mean, we're only 2 squads, so that's like half a platoon.
Well, exactly.
But
Oh fuck.
what is the rules of how much can I tell them to do?
Nothing.
Fun.
Yep, they are above you and beyond you.
That's
It is.
totally fair and expected. I just didn't know in terms of like they're coming with us into combat. Are they a liability?
But technically
Yeah,
speaking,
probably.
they are not allowed to give you orders because they're not part of the chain of command. But on
Okay.
the other hand, they are allowed to enforce military law at the muzzle of a gun. So, if you try to retreat without being given express orders to do so, if you try to disobey a direct order, if you try to assist the enemy, if you do anything that could be construed as breaching military code, then they can, if they deem it necessary, shoot you.
And given it's this guy, he will shoot you.
Yeah. There might
So
be...
when are we gonna frag him?
No.
Oh, yeah,
Say,
no,
we shoot
if
him?
he... I will
We
say...
only have to hold out for 1 deployment. Can you
Yeah.
behave for
No,
one? Just
will,
one.
I will say that if this man raises a gun to one of our squad mates on the field and pulls the trigger and kills them, Nualia likely will cut him in half.
In fairness, Flux would do that too, just
Yeah.
under
Damn.
less, like, fewer circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. She will...
I'll just do it if you ask me to.
If he does become a liability, Nualia will leave him behind. If he actually attacks one of us, she'll kill him on sight.
Can we
I
just
think it
inject him with
depends on
enough
the
stim that his heart
circumstances.
explodes?
On the circumstances, yeah. If they're betraying
Like-
us or if they're a liability, negotiable. But
Hey Hugh, how much stim would it take to make someone's heart explode?
Double dose.
I
They're
would say
pretty
more than a
effective.
double dose. It
Okay.
would be quite a hefty dosage.
Hmm.
Look, I'll just
What we need to get, Riven a needle pistol, but with stim.
no. See, we need...
Weird. We actually had this
we
conversation earlier.
No, it's okay. We need to... If the commissar dies, it has to be in combat. It has to look as though an enemy did it. So we grab an auto gun off of one of the enemy people and we shoot him in the head.
Oh, I got one of those right here.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
excellent.
I mean, I could just Gallagher his skull and say some guy went and punched him really hard.
I also hate to say it, but he's probably okay as commissars go. He's got something that he wants. We give it to him. He keeps us from dying.
Yeah, that's not how the commissariat works.
Yeah.
Though I
Sure.
appreciate the enthusiasm.
The good news,
Like
all
Having this
of this.
conversation, aren't we?
No,
Yes.
no, I'm not. This all the stuff I've said has been out of character.
Yeah,
But,
alright, fine.
But I will say, like, we have not really found ourselves in a situation where we've retreated, so we're pretty good there. He's not about
our
to shoot us in
biggest
the back.
our biggest issue is our unorthodox methods.
Yes.
Which means we're gonna have to play this very straight-laced and not get too creative.
We have,
And if we
yeah,
do get creative, we're gonna have to divert their attention.
either that or explain to him, like, look, this is how the job gets done.
That's
And you can talk to Mandible
Until-
about that. Well,
until
but
this
yeah.
fuck has a near-death experience. I don't think that's a viable option.
See, then we just make that happen.
Well,
No.
bear in mind who his current assigned superior is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Vanderbilt is a very atypical commissar.
I hate to say it,
That's
but I
the
think
funny
learning-
thing is like
He's learning
I'm
a little
amused
bit. But
in
yeah.
in terms of like because I've been trying to come up with scales of bad to explain to people like what the deal with the Imperium is like Manderville is actually pretty chill for a commissar.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And he strung me up for paying for a Camilla-line cloak.
Yes. Yeah. It
Like that's merciful.
it is.
What do you mean strung you up?
Imperium.
As
Oh,
it
they
did.
got
He gave
flogged.
Flux lashes
Oh,
for
flogged.
bribing a member of the quartermastery.
Mhm.
Yep.
I wasn't
Okay.
bribing, I was paying for it.
It was bribery.
Okay.
I was paying for it.
I've never heard anyone
Sneakily.
referred to flogging as
Oh.
strung
Being
me
strung
up.
up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another.
Well,
it is
they
a term.
tie your wrists to a frame.
I suppose so.
It's
Just
all
that
very
usually
erotic.
when you said it, it's usually
And Nualia is going to look around the barracks now that the inspection's done and all of that, and she is going to say, to all of you, if you have any requests for gear or gear upgrades from the quartermaster, probably now is a good time to go ahead and begin telling me those. I will let you all know I am looking to get as many red dot sights as we can for all of your rifles.
Are they rifles?
Carbines,
have rifles
rifles. It's carbines, rifles. You know.
A carbine
Okay,
is
I don't
technically
understand
a rifle,
guns.
Yeah,
but a
it's
laser gun technically is not a rifle because it does not have a rifled barrel.
yeah,
But yeah, it doesn't.
yeah.
matter.
She's just gonna call it rifles. Yeah,
Okay,
Long arm.
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when she says rifles, then she assumes that everybody knows she's not talking about their las pistols. So
I'm not sorry, I'm not trying to be
course.
difficult. I just wasn't
No,
I don't
I
of
know.
course, no, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
just letting you know that it doesn't matter because there's so many weird little distinctions between gun definitions. Most of them don't even make sense. Like
Yeah.
assault rifle doesn't exist. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. It's not a designation,
Yeah,
but people use it all the time.
yeah.
Fun.
Because we've got like
But the
rifle,
AR-15
marksman, rifle, all of those. But yeah,
You ask a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, what's the AR-15? What's the AR stand for in AR-15?" And they're like, "Oh, assault rifle." No, it's
No, it's-
Armor Light Rifle. It's the company that makes it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as an assault rifle. It's a pie in the sky idea.
yeah.
Well, I have a short list of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I probably just like write them down because it would be. Or do you actually want this in like?
Either put them in the game chat or just like tell me, because yeah, I've got a big notepad of all the things I'm asking for. So
All right. Sure. So I've been thinking. How about? Can you get me a long las, a Camellia line cloak, a Presence sight, a muzzle, and I mean I'll write the stuff down, but she's listing off very, very specific things that Packard would ask for.
We have an extra long las.
Can I mess
I think
with
we actually have like 3.
You do
Because we
technically
ambushed
have-
4 snipers. I stole one of the guns.
it? Okay.
Yeah, there are 3 others technically.
All right. I'll take one of those. Can
My gift
Is-
to you.
I appreciate it. Is Mr. Commissar going to take issue with me making some Mechanicus style modifications?
you remember?
That is actually your purview.
Yeah.
You are the engine seer. Your job is to repair and maintain the guns and gear of your platoon.
Yeah,
No. Any of us? Absolutely.
Well,
Technically, we could all be shot for scavenging in the first place, but let's
True.
not mention
Well,
that.
yes and no. It depends. Definitely, myself and Riven, we have more leeway than most of the rest of you. But
I am
Yeah.
cannon fodder.
you are.
Dabs and needing to
They
have
literally just, like-
rights.
Yeah, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I believe I have Presence goggles on here. Yes, I have
Not
Praesen's
goggles,
Not
goggles.
Praesen's
sight.
goggles.
Not
a
goggles.
Praesen's
Sight.
sight.
Specifically. I'll start
Praesen's
listening
sight,
to the game
okay.
chat. Yeah, I'll
Um,
just listen to game chat. It's easier that way. I just wanted to get the point across that I'm looking for some unusual gear for me.
Yeah. I'm also going to see
Um,
about getting you a monocular scope as well to reduce range penalties.
If
Uh,
it's at all possible,
Mm-hmm.
are you able to requisition augmetics?
Out of character, I had thought about this. If you've already paid for the XP, then I don't think
I'm
you
not
have
doing
to
an
worry
XP buy.
about it. Okay, then, yeah, Nualia thinks for a second and says, we could certainly try.
Excellent.
I think you already have what Agritrol would ask for, but he's gonna ask for one more thing. Says, could you? I don't know if you could even requisition this. Could you requisition a chain motor?
Say that again?
Could you requisition a chain motor?
A chain motor. For
Yes.
your axe.
You know,
Yes, we can see about doing that.
he
Thank
turns to Riven. Riven,
Yes.
can you put a chain motor in my axe?
Would you like a chain motor in your axe?
Yes, Grimball says it wants one.
She gives a wicked grin. I would be more than happy to oblige.
And then and Nualia will then point around to the rest of the squad, just basically going down the line. Requests. Anyone? Requests. This includes ammo. Whatever you can think of. Now is the time to ask.
What's the most difficult to destroy metal that we could possibly get our hands on?
Adamantium.
Antium.
Okay, but reasonably for where we are here.
Plasteel.
Plasteel. Also, sorry, what's the bolter equivalent of a sniper rifle or of
A bolt rifle.
long las?
Uh,
So just a
rifle.
bolter.
There is actually a bolter sniper rifle, isn't there? Or it's just
Well,
a sniper.
it's a stalker pattern bolt rifle.
That's the one. Thank you.
A stalker pattern bolt gun is a bolt gun that has got an extended barrel and uses specialized ammo to fire quietly at long ranges. Though it's not technically a sniper rifle, it's more of a marksman carbine. There is no actual bolt sniper rifle that humans can hold, aside from an illegal one called the Angelus Bolt Carbine, which is
Which
made
we are
by,
not getting.
You know.
which
Okay.
is made by underground people.
I mean,
with various manufacturers.
Good luck to us getting a stalker pattern bolt rifle anyway. That's the kind of shit that
Okay.
they reserve for the Space Marines.
All right, so
Real quick.
Also, that level of illegal guns is so much worse than what Nualia shot the old lady for.
Real quick
Alright.
before I forget, on the topic of ammo, I was just gonna go over to the guy I gave his bolter to. I forgot his name. I forgot to give you ammo for that gun, and he just starts emptying his fucking pockets at the guy, and he points out the amputator and says, "Those things flay people alive. These ones explode."
Franklin Barnes.
Franklin.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it allowed to give an issued weapon to someone else?
I have Brock's
Technically
Malta.
speaking, you're not meant to, but unless the Munitorum sends an agent to take an inventory of your kit and they find that whoever's been issued it doesn't have it, you're probably going to be fine.
Right, so the commissar won't get bitchy about that one.
The commissar doesn't necessarily care what you've been assigned, as long as it's not too far outside the norm. And Barnes is going to be sitting in a tank most of the time, so
Oh, he's with the tank crew.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just gave
Also-
him that 'cause he's like, "Oh my god, I love
Oh,
guns!"
sorry, I thought you meant the commissar.
No,
Michael
the
Trump,
guy
That
who
would
has
have been
the bolt gun.
delightful.
Yeah, I have a gun for you. I don't know why this didn't occur to me sooner. How do you feel about melting giant sheets of metal with liquid promethium?
I could do that with my bare hands.
Yes, of course, but how about doing that for a slight range?
I can do that with my parents.
Can Yeah, he says-
I fucking love
She
Admiral
straight face
so
says- straight
much.
face just goes, yes, but
Aggro Trump just says, "Are you trying to give me a melta weapon?
yes.
I highly appreciate this, but the
I
last
like things that explode.
It does not
Do
explode.
you want the Melta?
he points at Flux.
Do I want?
Grimball is enough."
Sure, right, yes. We're
Trust
upgrading
me.
Grimball to make it more
Yeah.
holy. She sort of like waves her hands. Oh, I'm gonna go get my fucking camera again because this does not work as well. Ugh.
Yeah. So do any of the NPCs have requests or anything like that? I don't know if I know I'm getting more hotshot packs for Packard.
I couldn't imagine that Lanewald wouldn't have requests.
Lanewald will request a servo brace.
Servo brace, okay.
And you need to give someone the other. And Nuali has the other heavy las gun.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, that's all Lanewald
And,
wants.
And
She doesn't have
Noalia-
any requests for the rest of this for her squad.
Noalia also does tell her, and also for our heavy lasses, I am looking to get percussive muzzle brakes for them as well.
Does the lasgun benefit from a
It's
muzzle
a-
brake?
Yeah,
All it
it's
says-
a las gun, not a ballistic weapon.
Yeah, well, no,
Ah.
all the percussive thing says is, like, it goes on a heavy weapon. That's it. All it does is it increases salvo. That's it. It increases it by, like, 1. Because it
Weird,
because it
as
reduces
cannons are
spread.
heavy weapons. You would have thought they'd. What book's it from?
I believe it's from the base. Core rulebook
There's a lot of
V2.
upgrades from the base.
Yeah, core rulebook V2, percussive muzzle brake.
Aren't they on V3 now?
I don't have V3, so
No, it's still V2.1.
I don't think I have. I don't think I even have .1.
All the cool upgrades though are in whatchamacallit, Apocrypha.
War gear.
There are only a
Yeah.
few of them though.
Because anything.
Weapon upgrades. Let me see. Percussive muzzle brake.
Percussive muzzle brake can only be applied to a weapon that does not have the heavy trigger.
Oh, my bad. My bad. That is my mistake. Okay, then never mind. I will not be getting those.
Alright, I'm gonna
Then I
just
didn't say
download this so I
anything.
have a copy.
But aside from missiles for Christoph and Risa and some grenades.
Yeah. Got
Oh,
both
and
of those.
Lanewald will also request one of the long lasses.
Another long. Okay. Yeah.
This is very, very unlikely. But also might be very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Could you just see if there's a needle pistol lying about?
Is that actually available to us? Is that a thing?
It is a fairly common Imperial technology.
Oh yeah.
Along with
I can ask,
other-
certainly.
substances that might be useful for the kind of missions we seem to get ourselves into?
I'm not sure that poisons are standard requisition, but
What about sedatives? That might be an option.
I mean,
Both are good.
I might be able to ask for something as part of the Medicaid. I will check.
I'm allowed to ask. We don't have to get it.
Yeah. I mean, the
Just
worst.
be nice.
The worst that you can do is ask for something highly illegal and get shot. You know, I mean.
That's why you're asking. They're not going to shoot a nun.
I mean, a needle rifle would be very nice if that was an option, but
It is. I mean, it's the exact same rarity and value as the needle pistol. So
The
Right.
only deal with having that as a primary weapon is the ammo's very, very expensive. Like,
Yeah.
very expensive.
and, so I'm going to try and work on a combi weapon.
I'm just gonna speak. Can you requisition psychers? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. We can request a sanctioned psycho, but that's up to Flux.
Are we sure we don't already have one?
I'm not aware of what paperwork I have to fill out at this time, and I'm not sure that we'd be given one even if we asked. Let's do something else impressive and try again. I think we got the tank this time.
Huh.
Right. Oh, where's the deal? I know
It's
there's
not
a
bad.
thing for
Lame will
weapon
also,
upgrades. I just don't know where it is.
Request a set of magnoculars.
Binoculars, okay.
Oh,
and Nualia's
and-
going. Sorry, Nualia's gonna snap her fingers, point at Ackle, and be like, "Do you want a stub cannon?"
Why do you people insist on giving me guns?
Because cannon.
No.
Bitches love cannon.
Get a. If you're going to get a weapon and apply it to me, make sure it's a weapon that's big enough to fire me at people.
Exactly,
Don't they-
cannon.
Can you
Hold on,
get
hold
a
on.
human-sized cannon?
Nualia.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
I think you're onto something. Don't they make power armor for squats?
Squats
Well,
made
no.
power armor for squats,
Yeah, it's-
but
Squats make
Right.
power from your squats, and if you somehow manage to find that, I would basically owe you 3 life deaths. Don't ask how you can owe multiple.
That just tracks really.
I love the description for the stub cannon. Taking the oversized stubber to its logical conclusion, these outsized weapons fire large, readily available slugs that make their recipients feel distinctly unlucky.
Silencer. That's what I was looking for.
Basically, a revolver carbine chambered in like 40 mil grenades, but bullets.
Yeah. Let
Oh.
me see. War gear, abundance of apocrypha. What is the
Any
fucking rarity?
extra-
Shit.
Any extra grappling equipment you can get us would be useful.
I could see about it. Some grappling equipment.
Grappling or climbing.
If we're gonna get servo skulls, we need to get like really high definition picked ones so they can record different angles of the base of ball games we play.
Listen. I've used some servo skulls for some questionable things in the past, but that's a
so-
little bit.
To give you an idea of exactly how difficult it would be to get powered squat armor, it is value 10, and it is unique rarity. Hugh, what is the DC on that?
Plus 8.
So it's a DC 18. It is.
I can do it.
It is no, you cannot.
No.
It is 3 times the maximum that I can get on my dice.
Oh, worth a try.
However, ion-clad carapace armor, value 6 rare. That is, if I have some glory, there is actually a chance that I could get that.
Hey, I'll take whatever you get.
But yeah, no, I don't think we're getting either of those. And besides, what is the armor value of the armor you already have?
3.
3? Okay, this actually would be better for you. It'd be 2 more points.
Is there anything that would get me better armor? I don't know what I'm even wearing at this point.
Flak,
What
probably.
are clothes?
You're wearing
I think everyone's
Sure, but-
basically
Yeah.
wearing flak. The only
Yeah.
I think only Riven's different in this because they have a Skitari Autocuris.
Yeah,
And
we
the
could see
Valius.
about we could see
Oh,
about
and
getting
power
you
armor, yeah.
carapace armor.
We could.
Carapace would slow you down by 1 meter, but it gives you an extra point of armor.
Nah. Speed.
Okay.
Ooh!
Yep. We could get late.
I just had a really bad idea.
Okay.
I want roller skates.
I'm not.
That would add so
I-
much speed.
Riven could probably make those
Yeah.
from the running wheels of the tank.
You ask for those, and Nualia's just like, what is a roller skate?
Oh, it's the shoes with wheels.
Oh,
Just like the shoes with knives.
Oh, very, very. Are those even available?
I mean, stick a knife on a shoe or stick a wheel on a shoe. Easy.
Riven, I had an idea the other day. What if you just took one wheel and you embedded it in the heel of my shoe? We could reinforce it.
I know the perfect name. Foot wheel. The hottest new movement product on the Guard Quartermaster market.
You would know modifying your military issue uniform is very illegal.
What if I found a non-military, not my pair of shoes?
As long as you're not wearing them when a commissar's around, probably be allowed.
Right, so I'm gonna have my stealth Heelys.
I'm sorry, what was that about stealth Heelys? Because super into that.
Okay,
Flux wants Heelys.
yeah, that's what I was asking for with wheel in the...
Yeah, seconding that request. I would love some Heelys. Are you kidding me?
We'd have to find extra boots.
We become the Heelys squad.
Well, okay, because imagine this. Like, if you actually take care of them, they're not loud, right? But all you need is, like, one push-off, and you can cover twice the amount of distance. Minimum, if you know
Also,
what you're doing.
Why couldn't I just make, like, electric Heelys? Or Prometheum-powered Heelys, actually.
That would be bad.
Man,
That would
imagine
not
putting
go
a-
well.
Imagine putting a diesel engine in your fucking shoes.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
I have a
Well, not
question.
sure. We'll continue discussing this into our break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in half an hour. Feel free to grab a drink or something to eat. But yeah, we'll try and cover requisitions in the break.
Hugh, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If one of like the soldiers was wearing the body glove armor underneath the flak armor, would that stack? Because it does say it can be concealed under all of that.
It does
Armor
not
doesn't stack.
It does not stack.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
However,
had-
if circumstances occur that makes you lose your flak armor, like, I don't know, you're face to face with an explosion that blows it away, the mesh armor will then be
It'll
taken
be
its
new
place.
armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Man, if
not-
I could get a
not the mesh
refractor
armor,
field,
but
that'd
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
True.
Do you like my stealth Heelys idea, Hugh?
I don't see how it's tactically useful. Imagine if you're running and you put your heel down at the wrong angle and it slips out from under you and you just like cave your skull in on the pavement. Mission over. You failed. Shoes.
Snake!
Clearly, you don't know what you're doing when it comes to roller skating, is what I'm getting out of this.
To be honest, I can barely walk as it is, much less try to stand on something that isn't the flat of my feet, so I don't know either.
Little known fact about me, Hugh actually knows this one. I used to do competitive skating when I was younger.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Roller or
So,
ice?
I learned for ice skating stuff, but it was roller skating was what I actually did. But I took
Ah.
lessons in both and had
Cool.
skates for both.
I
And Heelys transfers over very, very well.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
try
believe
to
that.
buy a pair,
Mhm.
but they're expensive. There are adult Heelys, and it makes me happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know. I own a pair.
I did not. I can't say I ever did anything competitive, but I was really good with rollerblades. I used to go out all the time with my rollerblades.
I had a pair of rollerblades. They recently broke. I need to get a replacement part. I don't even know if I can get a replacement for the part that it is. I'm gonna have to look. But those are my outside skates, and then I have my inside skates, which are I'm still getting used to them because I'm used to shittier shovel skating skates. But I used to have a pair of Rydels, and now I have a pair of VNLAs,
I don't
and
like.
they're fun. Because shovel skating skates are for the dance skating or shuffle skating.
Mhm.
So on most skates, the axle's like there, and so you just have the four wheels to balance your balance on. Shovel skating skates, the sides of the shoe are lower, but also the axle twists against itself so that you can lean into it and get the wheels to twist interestingly for shovel skating moves.
I don't like going outside, but I would absolutely go outside again regularly if I could get my hands on rollerblades.
Weird question, because just remember the one time I'd ever been to a roller rink. Is there such a thing as competitive air hockey?
Yes, there actually is.
Sick.
There is an air hockey league.
There's a foosball league.
There's a marble racing league.
Yeah,
Man, I used to be.
There are
I used-
Beyblade leagues still.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, you have my interest.
How
Yeah.
how is there a Beyblade league? What the fuck? You can't do anything more than build it, and build
I
it a
mean-
certain way.
First of all, that's not true. Second of all, I won't go into too many
What?
details because
What's
it would be.
People go into ridiculous detail about like different shaped weight discs and how it
Yep.
affects the center of balance.
Yep.
I
Also,
get
there's the initial.
I get
There's the initial
construction.
shoot, and
The really fancy motherfuckers, they mill their own weight rings to
Yep.
their own specifications.
Whatever.
there's an entire league for illegally modified Beyblades where people just make their own parts.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
legally
Is there a
speaking.
Bakugan league? Does anyone remember what the fuck that is?
I remember hearing about it. I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
I'm sure there is.
Yes,
I'd
there
be-
is. I don't know any of the details, but I'm sure it
No.
exists. I just realized that you guys. Wait, did you guys not hear me while I was ranting about Beyblades?
No, I
A
heard
little
you.
bit. We heard a
about
little
Beyblade.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
yes. Listen, there's a lot of science behind it. Okay.
Look,
Uh-huh.
I was just gonna say, I was exasperated. I asked, "Is there a Bakugan league?" And I asked, if anyone
Yes,
even
and my
knows what
response
that is.
was, and my response is yes, probably. You just have to ask the people who are still involved. It's been like re-released like twice.
I never even knew it. I thought it just flopped really bad the first time. It had the video game, but that was about it. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I only asked about the air hockey thing because I remember the one time I was at a roller rink, I ate shit so many times. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna hang up on the air hockey thing and play people." And then people actually were betting on the games, and I kept winning, and I got like $10 because I kept
So
beating up.
the
beating
last
people
time
at
I
it.
planned an outing with my engineering group, they let me plan the outing, which was a mistake on their part. And I was like, you know what would be fun? I really want to go roller skating because it's been a hot minute. Do y'all know how to roller skate? And so it was originally just me and a friend that was going to go, and then we opened it up to a whole engineering group, and then they invited their friends from high school. It was a whole thing. The end result of this saw us at the hospital because some dumb motherfucker that was in our group saw me doing my thing and decided to try and recreate it because he was showing off, I believe, for a girl he was interested in that was also with us. The
Broke he
motherfucker
ankle?
broke his hip. His hip.
Ooh.
It was like a few weeks
Ooh.
before Christmas. He had to get
Mhm.
fucking surgery and physical therapy.
Yikes!
Oof.
I'm
That-
not
that
allowed to
reminds-
plan our outings anymore.
How many of y'all have I showed my arm?
What's wrong with your arm?
What did you do?
There's
That's an arm.
there's a scar there from I
Oof.
broke it on literally Christmas Eve of 2012, a long time
Ah.
ago. Yeah, so there's a scar there, and then there's also this trick I can do.
Oh god.
That's an arm.
Well then.
All right.
Interesting.
For me, about the only thing I can show off, it is very faint now, but I still have the grease burn scar that I got working at a fast food restaurant. Big
Ouch.
big motherfucker, hurt like hell.
Cool.
I imagine.
I
The
don't
other thing
really
I-
scar.
A scar, but I've got this.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's just a tattoo.
Yeah.
The whole thing that I can do. They did 2 surgeries on me. The first time they put pins through there, so
Yep.
now that happens, and then they took that out because it fucked up and it didn't work right.
Mhm.
So they just stuck a plate on it, and that was the end of it.
All right. Yeah, this is. I mean, you guys have seen one of my tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other one, though, is a little weird too. It's on my upper thigh. It's not like. Look, I'm not stripping.
Contortionism.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
This is my first one.
What it is?
It is. So it's my name written in witch runes from Madoka because circa
Aw.
2013, I was that kind of person, and I don't regret it.
I thought you were about to tell us it was your name written in unknown Pokemon. I was about to be so happy.
I'm glad I didn't, because I've come to really.
A lot of yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, like you can talk.
Also, I mean, when I had just come out, it was something that really resonated with me. Not the magical girls, but the witches, and I mean they still do resonate with me a lot. So it's not something I regret, despite Genaraguchi being an absolute fucking hack. But
I still love.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I apologize. I still love.
Hey, fine.
Once upon a time, somebody asked me and a couple of friends, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" And when I said unknown Pokemon, they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about? That's not a thing." I was like, "Hell yeah, they are. Look them up."
There's
like
29 of them.
Yeah, there is
So-
one for every letter of the fucking alphabet, and then there's
And then
male
some
and female. And it
It's-
is awesome. Anyway.
It's very hypocritical that Hugh's getting on you about being weebs when very early on in our relationship we were on a video call and he just starts laughing to himself. I asked him what he was looking at. Turns out it was Kaijo.
Kaijo or Kaiju?
Kaijo.
Yeah.
Keijo.
It's hilarious.
Wait,
the
hold
fuck
on.
is-
Keijo,
what is-
Kaiji,
What
or
what
Kaiju.
Keijo
have no
is
idea.
a
Hold on.
sport anime.
Yep. Hold on. 1 sec. I have a relevant thing for this.
what do you say, Kaiju? Were you talking about the fucking the gambler show? That's fucking hilarious.
Keijo. K-E-I-J.
Hold on. With eight exclamation points. Here,
Yeah.
Mason, you might appreciate this. This is called Ass of Babylon.
Please,
Um,
no! Don't curse the
um,
legacy of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
No!
The
Wait, sorry,
entire
this is-
sport that involves knocking each other off a floating platform into a pool with their butts or boobs. Only
Yep.
those two.
Wow.
Yep.
It is amazing.
Ridiculous.
They
It is
take it so
absolutely
seriously.
insane, but it's hilarious.
You know what?
It's
Okay, you know what, Hugh? I have one.
Motherfucker.
I have two questions for you. Okay, and it has nothing to do with this.
Keijo.
Yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with that, but it does have to do with anime. First question: have you seen the Tales of a House Husband?
I'm tried to get him into that.
Yeah, heard of it.
Stop dying
Don't die.
every
Drink your water.
every time.
Haven't
Drink
actually
your
seen
water.
Okay, we need number one to watch that with you. It's eclectic nonsense, but it's kind of funny.
I think we
Um,
put it on the list for date night.
But there's gonna be a live action version.
I
Yes.
heard about that.
The actor for it looks so great. I love him.
I forget where I saw it.
And I wanna watch that one with the both of you. That one looks like so much fun.
Hey, bud.
Thank you,
gotta
Trevor.
be
Way of the
honest.
House Husband. That was it.
I gotta be honest. I kind of feel like I'm not gonna like it purely because I don't think the vibe transfers over well
Maybe.
to a physical medium.
It's-
Same thing with our
maybe.
DC versus Marvel conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it might not.
I think it's
something
gonna
to.
suffer from the same issue, especially because I saw clips of it.
Yeah. It
that
definitely.
was like a full like couple minutes of a scene. and
Yeah,
just
it didn't. I will admit it didn't have the same feeling. I think it still could be pretty fun. It's definitely something that I at least want to see like the first episode.
that's totally
But
fair.
yeah.
I'm just
So-
waiting for Carnival Phantasm Grand Order to come out. Although I don't think anyone here, other than maybe Avery, knows what that is.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Your Grand Order anime is weak to me because they use the male protagonist.
It's their business. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know, but it's weak. They had
Why?
an opportunity. They had an opportunity to go for the polyamorous bisexual woman who
I
has
mean,
like that would have been
I
so in character for Fate, and also really interesting because they never do that shit.
I mean, it's a meme. It's meme show. I don't think that would be
Yes.
the best medium for that to exist.
No, it's not. Listen, nobody goes into Fate looking for good rap.
Yeah,
Just
no.
because they're
They
Well,
just because
no,
there are
they don't.
legitimately like
They don't.
UBW,
No.
Zero,
No.
the
No,
no,
Heaven
no.
Steel movies.
Hold on. Let me get to my point. Despite the fact that that in canon there are more queer characters in Fate than, especially in Grand Order, I outside of BL or GL, honestly, for something that isn't explicitly marked as queer, there are a lot of queer characters in Fate. However, it's not good rap. It's not like the writing is.
It's not horrible.
Well, it depends on what you're holding it up to.
Well, I think if you go through, if you're looking at Dean Stay Night, yeah, no, it sucks. But that's because that's not even that they mix the material. You go through
Yeah.
the visual novels, it's not half bad.
There's no interest in going through the visual novels. One, I don't like visual novels. Two, I do not want to read those. I have
They're-
seen enough excerpts to never want to
they're-
touch Fate.
They're good. They're actually pretty good. It's just they're funny. It's a lot like I look at it with how I looked at Hellsing. It's really
Okay.
good when it's being serious. The parts where it's funny,
Okay.
I like are hit and miss. Sometimes
Alright.
it's actually really good. Sometimes it falls flat. But otherwise, it's
Yeah.
actually really nice. It's got good stuff. Just cut the H shit out entirely, no problem.
So, and also cut out all of Prisma Ilia, all 3 seasons.
There's no reason to even look at that unless you really want to. It's not even a canon thing. It's just a side universe.
Yeah.
Admittedly, if you want to see good like manga art, it's got really good manga art. But
If I wanted to see good manga art, I would just read Junji Ito.
well, I mean, that is one kind of good manga art. Yes.
Yeah, if I wanted good magical girl art,
Avery already knows where she'd find her hentai. Thank you very much.
yes, that is
Eh.
true.
That's not even what I'm talking about. Also, hentai fox. I'm a shill. Anyway. Why is that what got you? What the fuck?
Just you shilling for a hentai site. They're not gonna pay you, Mason. They're not
That's-
gonna pay you.
That's the
One of these
meme,
days they might.
dude. If somehow the one site that I frequent for dungeons like, hey, guy who has no internet presence, you want to shill for us?
You know
I'll be like,
what?
what the fuck?
You know what?
Is this just manga,
If they
manga
want-
fox for porn?
You know what? If they want to approach this segment for fucking sponsorships, I'll think about it. We'll have Mason do the parts.
Fucking sellout.
All right, I gotta go buy a nut button because that'll be the crux of every advertisement.
just give like a serious monologue about it and then nut.
Nut. Basically, I'll give it 1 to 5 nut rating. Although
So
technically,
here's
it'll
my
be a 0 to
question.
5.
Could
Uh-huh.
we work the easy button into his shell?
Easy nut.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's 2 scales. There's the normal nuts and then there's the easy nuts.
Okay.
There we go.
So
Both
Hugh,
rated on 0 to 5.
Hugh.
Yeah,
I
getting somewhat back on track.
I had said this in the game chat. Did you want me to handle the requisitions roles during break?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is there anything
I'll be
else
right back.
anyone wants before we start making rolls?
Not that I can currently think of, but I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Can I get a space marine
Just a full space
what,
marine.
What am I looking for? What's retainer? A space marine retainer?
You gotta buy him dinner first, Mason. You're going about this all wrong.
Can we get a space marine handler for the squad?
Bruh. All right, I'll be back.
I'm telling you gotta buy him dinner first.
Alright, so, we'll go down the list. What's at the top?
I'm gonna start with the small stuff and go for the big stuff last. Once I have a
Alright.
few points of glory. So first things first. She's actually gonna take all the autogun ammo that we have, since I don't think we really have very many autoguns.
Don't you?
You have nothing
She'll-
aside from the auto pistols.
Yeah, she'll leave a couple of reloads for the pistols, but she'll take the rest and like turn all that in.
Fair
First things first, I think Hotshot las packs for Packard.
Oh,
Alright.
bolt pistol ammo. That's important.
Do I have that down? I do not. Thank you.
Moderately,
Pistol ammo.
somewhat, partially important.
Just a bit, you know. We didn't use a whole lot, but we
Smidge.
could definitely use more. All right.
Has
So-
Flex ever gotten real combat rather than sneaking around like a bitch? They would go for that. But so far, they've just preferred trying to not get shot at in the first place.
Yep. Two.
Just made me
for-
eat bullets in your armpits all the time.
2 for the Hotshot last packs for Packard.
I don't think that is enough.
I don't think it is either.
Cry.
Don't we still have some? Wait, can't we recharge those?
Nope, they burn themselves out.
We can recharge the basic las packs, but not the Hotshot ones because they're much higher capacity.
I've just been
They're basically
assuming.
normal las packs that have been modified to release their entire charge in one shot, which burns the capacitor out.
Fun.
Okay, we will try for bolter ammo next. 3.
Yeah, I'd say you're able to get 3 reloads of bolt gun ammo.
Okay.
It's fairly standard Imperial kit for sergeants. They've got plenty of it.
Okay. Let me mark down. Okay. Let's see. The 3 ammo backpacks. Actually, sorry. Make that 2. 2 ammo backpacks. There we go. 5 into glory.
Let me find the ammo backpack.
Thankfully, they're not super rare or valuable, so hopefully 5 should be enough for 2 of them.
Which book is that in?
That's basic.
Alex,
that's,
how comfy
that's
is that bed?
player handbook. Or core rule
How
book.
comfy's that bed?
Ah, yeah, so it is. 10 additional reloads, value 5 uncommon. So, yeah, that is just enough to get a ammo backpack.
Alright, we'll work with that. I mean, Nualia is already basically ammo carrier for the first squad. Lanewald is ammo carrier for the second squad. That'll let somebody else be an ammo carrier. Let's see.
It will come filled with las packs.
Excellent, excellent. Then I will take off 10 last packs for what I was asking for. Let's see. Let's go for landmines next. 3.
Alright, let me check a thing.
I figured I'd just replace all of our explosives while I was at it.
Come on, get to the fucking listing. There we go. Okay. With a 3, that is not enough, I'm afraid.
Well. Let's see. Give me a sec. 0. Let's do crack grenades.
Alright.
4.
You are able to get some crack grenades. I'll say 5.
Okay, and then frag grenades. 2.
That's enough to get another 5 frags.
Sweet. Melta packs. 3 and a glory.
That being melter ammo.
Yeah, Melta ammo.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get another canister of melter fuel.
Sweet, we got one of those. What? Let's keep asking for the small stuff, I think, until I get one more glory. Detonators. 2 into complication.
You're able to get a pair of radio detonators, but the only other ones available are pressure detonators. And I'll give you 3 of those.
Okay, let me see. All right. You know what? Adding in all 3 glory right now. Asking for Camellia Line cloaks.
Everyone all right with that?
If you all are. I know I already rolled, but if you all are.
What is this for?
To get more
Line cloaks.
to get more Camellia Line, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
please.
And I am going to wrath that one to try for better. There we go.
Though moderately more important would have been comms.
Oh, sure. I'm just hoping to save up more. I've got a huge list here, so the more glory I can get, the better.
That's fair.
So yeah, 9 to get Camellia Line
Camellia.
cloaks. We're going to have been requesting Camellia Lines from this one quartermaster, and finally he's going to be like, "You're in luck!"
Finally! I knew you were on your way, so I ordered a box.
Make sure to ask for specifically a Camellia Line balaclava.
Making baklava.
Which book is that in?
I think that's still core rulebook.
I seem to
Under
find it.
under Imperial Equipment, I believe. Yeah, under Imperial Equipment, it is value 5, rare rarity.
Alright then. You would be able to get 3.
Yes.
Sick.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome. Okay. Let's see. We'll go for crack missiles next.
Alright.
3.
Let me get to the... Here we are. That is not enough.
Oh. Okay, we'll
6
try.
common.
We'll try for for frag missiles. 3 with a complication.
Fortunately, not enough. 4
Ah,
common.
damn. Okay.
Actually,
let's see.
no, you would be able to get the a couple of frag missiles. I'll say 2.
Okay, 2.
Because you've got the benefit of 1 keyword.
Fair. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna try for as many last packs as I can get. Like, basically telling the quartermaster we're looking to outfit our entire platoon, but as many as we can get our hands on. So that'd be 120 that I'm looking for right now.
I would say you don't need to roll for this.
Oh, okay. Fair.
You will have enough to bring your standard complement up to 3 las packs per trooper.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So not counting the ammo backpacks and spares you've acquired.
That'd be 3 times 20 is 60.
Then there's another 4, so
64? Or no, times 4 more, that would add 12 more,
76,
72.
yeah, 72. There you go.
Okay, excellent. 72 more las packs. Let's see. Dueling grip for the axe. 3.
It's enough to get it.
Sweet.
Dab.
Envenomed blade for the axe. 3 and a glory.
Oh, you're getting a spinning glory through this.
No, I'm not spending glory.
No, getting us.
Oh yeah. I'm getting glory so that I can ask for the much more important shit with glory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, my melee weapon is important.
I said much more important.
It's important for
Which
level of
book is the
importance.
envenomed blade in?
That is
that's
abundance.
Apocrypha.
Yeah, that's abundance of Apocrypha.
I don't think 3 gets it.
Mm-mm. No, it's definitely at least rare. I want to say it's like value 6 or 7.
Here we are, weapon upgrades. Envenomed blade, 4 uncommon.
Oh,
Just out of reach.
Ah. Oh well.
Ah, wait, can I spend my wrath on it?
I'd say no, because you're using Nualia's influence.
Damn it.
Unfortunate. She will ask for the chain motor for it then.
Alright.
God damn it, none and a complication.
Yeah.
Nah,
The
doesn't seem to
dice
have any of
gods
those
say
spare.
no.
Wait, could I give you a wealth to help out with that or something? Because you would have put.
It wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough. I'd have to have at least gotten something and not a
If
not a
folks caught you
complication.
bribing the quartermaster, they might be tempted to respond in kind.
Look, man, I wanted.
Not that I'm petty.
I really wanted it.
Let's do plastic explosives. 4 and another glory.
Gib.
Yeah, I'd say
Gib
you're able
explode.
to. I'd say you're able to replenish your stocks.
Okay,
How much
I
did
don't.
I
Okay,
give
so
you last
that's
time?
400 grams. You give me 2 200-gram blocks of plastic explosives.
You did.
We used
Yep.
one to blow up a base.
And like
the other
one
to blow up
whole
another
block.
base.
We used like one whole block to blow up to blow up a salamander as well.
Yeah, another pair of 200-gram bricks of plastic explosive then.
Okay. With this glory, I will ask for the comm beads. 4 and I'm gonna wrath that. Alright, 6.
6.
And that is both of my wraths.
Give me a second.
I have a question. When Nawali's done, can Agrotrum go in and try to fucking hound him for that stuff that we didn't get?
Dude, if you think you can
You're gonna
beat
get yourself
4
killed.
if you
Hey,
think you can
I have two.
if you think that you can beat 4 influence dice, then by all means,
Look,
give it a
I
try.
I have 2, and I will shuffle money into it. I just
Speed is 3 uncommon, keywords any. So I would say, yeah, you're able to get. I'd say you're able to get a full squad complement, 10 of them.
Yeah!
Amazingly, also has 4 influence dice. They just try to keep up the idea that they can't read and send Nualia to do this.
Okay, so we got 10 more comm beads, which doesn't quite give everyone comm beads, but we have between comm beads and
should.
headsets, we've got everybody covered. Because I remember before we were down 1 person for comm beads, and we gave them a headset.
That was me.
Okay,
I have
then
a
yeah,
headset.
then yeah, we've Actually, no, not including the
Really
new
also
the new
didn't have
tank
one.
crew. Yeah, not including
Tank
the
has
new
a
tank
built-in
crew.
Vox.
Yeah, but the tank has a built-in Vox. Okay, then yeah.
Steely didn't get one because he was operating the big Vox.
Yeah, though it is true that the tank crew will be down comms beads if they're not in the tank, but we'll make do, I'm sure. All right, kicking charges. 5 and a glory.
Yeah, I'd say you're able to get 5 of those.
All right. Cutting charges. 4 and a glory.
All right, I'll give you 4 of those.
All right. What have I not asked for from the basic shit? um. I'll ask.
I actually
for-
have one more ask.
Sure.
I want more low sticks.
Bruh, just ask Agriltrob. He's got low stick plus.
I will
Yeah,
ask
it's
for.
the plus that is concerning.
I will ask for the lowest stakes next. 6.
Drops a crate of unopened cartons on the table for you.
Crate O cartons.
Feed my addiction.
Man, why
Um,
is the fucking quartermaster gonna push in on my territory? I should show him what's what.
Let's see. A
Those
monoc.
things are actually part of standard rations for many regiments.
Yeah. A monocular scope.
I'm gonna keep these specifically for morale. My morale.
Yeah.
Nah.
4 and a glory for monocular scope.
Flux will hand them out as needed for down times.
Magnocular scope, 2 uncommon. So yeah, you can grab a pair of those.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Just looking mostly for the 1 for. Actually, no.
Oh, you've got
This
a
will
spare.
actually do well. Yes, Trimmer. We're supposed to still be on the intermission screen. But yeah, we'll do 2. That'll be 1 for Riven, 1 for Lanewald, since they both took snipers.
Wait, Packard also? Oh, he already has one.
Packard has one, yeah.
I have one too.
Yep.
Sick.
Let's see. A data slate with additional hard drive space. 3.
You can get a standard data split.
Alright, we'll take the standard.
Which is one more than the one I already have, right? So it's basically a second one.
Yeah, that'll at least double your storage space there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A grenade launcher. 3.
That is not enough, I don't think. I will check.
I'm fairly certain you're right.
6 uncommon.
Yeah.
No funny
Oh.
thunks.
Well, I will say you can get a single break action grenade launcher.
By break action you mean it's got the one shot, then you undo the thing,
Yep.
take it out, reload it, pop it back into place.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sick.
And yeah, it will have 4 meters less range on each range increment to the Militarum Tempestus launcher.
Right.
And yeah, it will not have the assault trait.
Okay. Let's see.
What kind of alcohol is the alcohol that Flux has?
Amasec. Basically whiskey.
Could I have sent Nualia with a request for things along those lines as well? Or is it too late to put in requests?
No, I'd say you could. Send one of the troopers to run up to her while she's requisitioning.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, next roll will be for that 3.
If you need Valhalla and Vlad, Agritrump still has some.
Yeah, I wanted more of that.
I'd say the quartermaster would give you a bottle of very cheap Amasec.
bottle of very cheap Amasec. Got it.
Fox is going to attempt to requisition this on their own.
A silencer. 3 and a glory, which will max us out on glory.
You can get a
Means-
silencer. It only applies to projectile weapons. And
That
you
is
have to
true.
specify what kind you want.
No, that is true. I know this was one of Avery's requests. It might have been to go along with a bolt gun, but that's not gonna work. Okay, then.
Can we specify
We'll
that when
take-
Avery gets back?
Yeah, Avery,
Yeah.
are you there?
Hi, sorry. I was
What,
just stepping away making coffee. What's up?
What gun did you want the silencer for?
Can I do it with a long las?
No.
Unfortunately,
projectile
not
only.
Projectile weapons.
Okay, so then that'll be for the bolter. Or the bolts that I asked for.
A bolt gun. It's a bolter.
Okay, that's fine. So the silencer for the bolt gun then.
Is that even possible?
It is, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we'll specify.
They're
it
just
for that.
really big.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it had to be a stalker
So-
pattern or what have you.
So, okay. Rules as written, a silencer reduces the, or rather increases the DN for enemies to hear you firing the weapon. So if you have rolled a 4 for stealth and you fire the weapon, the DN penalty would be 5 for firing an unsilenced weapon. But for firing a silenced weapon, it's only 2.
Okay.
So your 5 in stealth becomes a 3.
Okay. And
And
then
then
they
the
make
enemy
their
have to beat that to
awareness.
hear
and-
it.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
I
Yeah.
need any
Whereas
any kind of
a stalker bolt gun with a silencer and with stalker shells reduces that DN entirely
Yeah.
because it's using specialized ammo and a silencer.
I'm going to attempt to just speed through the rest of these rolls because I think we're like 2/3 of the way through the list. This could go on for another hour. So let's see. Spending all of this glory for red dot sights for the squad. As many as we can get. God damn it, 5 and a complication.
Okay. Where is the red dot sight?
Don't you love paperwork days?
Hello everyone, welcome to military version of shopping episode.
Hey, look, at least it's not.
Always
At least it's not Death Watch.
Yeah.
That's just notorious for this.
Oh yeah.
would it be beneficial to roll the rest of the stuff?
5
Oh, so-
uncommon. So, yeah, I'd say you're able to get 2, but they're old and not the best maintained.
Okay. All right. We can. As I said, I'm nearly done with this, so as I said, I'm just speeding through the rest of these. Chain bayonets, as many as we can get. God
Personally, I
fucking-
don't mind shopping episodes.
Shopping
No chain
episodes.
bayonets, I'm afraid.
Shopping episodes can be a lot of fun when you have everybody describing and role playing with the shopkeepers. When you've just got one person rolling dice, it's not necessarily the most interesting thing in the world.
Yeah.
Shrug.
But yeah,
Hey, man, I'm gonna be over there, be like, hey, me want thing.
0. All right. Prey sense goggles. Fucking 3 complications in a goddamn row.
Afraid not.
Okay. All right. At least this happened. Mason, please don't do that into the microphone.
Oh fuck! I didn't even notice it was
That
going.
was, yeah.
My bad.
Prey sense.
Sorry.
Prey sense sight for Riven's long las. Okay, there we go. 3.
Fortunately, not enough. 6 rare.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's okay.
Thank you for the subscription, Trimmer. Let's see. Bolt gun. 4.
Standard bolt gun.
8. Got him.
6 uncommon. Not quite enough to off.
Unfortunate. Let's see. The servo brace for Lanewald. 3.
Not enough, I'm afraid.
And Zephy in chat now gets to combine my gun emote with her gun emote.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's a combi weapon.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go for the super impossible one here. Let's go for the needle pistol.
No, go for the
Right.
squat power.
What should that be the one?
No, that's the one. Yeah, exactly. That's the one success.
Did you really?
I got 1 success on it.
Ah,
Afraid not.
I was gonna laugh. That was gonna be the one stupid thing we got.
Oh yeah. Let's do the grappling climbing equipment. 1.
I'd say you could get some rope and some pittons. That's about it.
Okay. Hey, that's better than we had before. Let's
Time to
see.
teach the squad how to free climb.
Magnoculars. 3.
Yeah, I'd say you're able to get a pair of magnoculars.
Is that one set or 2 sets?
Why not? I'll let you have 2 sets.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to be sure because I know binoculars are usually referred to as a pair, so I didn't know if it was the
Yeah,
same thing for
that's
mags.
fair.
I only had one eye for a while. I was considering keeping a look.
Let's.
You can still wear the
see.
eye patch.
Gun servo skulls. 3.
Afraid not.
Okay.
Those aren't particularly common in the Estra
I
Militara.
didn't think so. I figured we'd have to ask the Mechanicus for that, and that'd have to be Riven doing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
if you don't mind, when you have glory for another glory spend, if you have glory for another glory spend,
mhm.
if you wouldn't mind using that for the
For your augment.
interface ports.
I was planning to, yeah.
Okay.
Was hoping to be able to save up enough for that and the med kits, but those are the only 2 things left.
Rip.
So let's see. All right, we'll do med kits first, and then hopefully I can get at least 1 glory. Motherfucker!
Yeah, afraid not.
Is there any way that I can use persuasion or leadership to attempt to augment that roll?
Can I give you one of my wrath?
No, we've already asked that. No.
If
Ah,
you
shit.
spend a wealth,
No, I ain't got wealth.
I'll keep this in mind.
we have no money?
Let's see.
I do actually.
I
1 money.
can't.
What is your money in? Is it just in favors you collected?
Finally, the neural interface ports.
It's actually U.S. bills from his brief time in the U.S. universe.
4.
alright. Those are actually fairly common. There is one set that has been reclaimed.
Huh.
All right, then we can add that to our list.
Sign me up for surgery, fam.
Oh, don't worry. You'll love the surgeon. She's great.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
This is a stick up.
Alex.
Hands up.
Alex, since you were the one keeping track of a lot of this on
I have not been
on the
writing a
doc,
single bit of this down.
let me finish. Since you were the one that was keeping track of all of this on the Google Doc, or the Excel sheet, there's the results.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I will keep that notepad up just to be sure. Okay, then that is everything there, and I will switch us off of the intermission screen, but I will personally BRB.
Okay.
Can I go down and try and fucking hound them for that fucking the motor again?
Wait, we weren't able to get the motor.
No.
Do we have a chain sword or a chain anything?
What do you
for
do?
parts?
What do you has a chain sword?
No. I
No.
don't want to. I'm not getting fucked over again.
No, I wouldn't take it from you. I was gonna ask one of the NPCs. Don't we have
They would
have, like,
get
nobles?
shot.
for
Anything that's been requisitioned, like almost everything that we
no, I'm
have.
not saying steal it. I'm just saying I want to. If I
No,
wanted to break
if
down.
we modify people's equipment and change it around,
Well,
we
no.
can get in trouble for that.
Riven's fine with it.
I'm
Riven does
Mechanicus.
it. It's good.
Yeah,
If you
it
do
can
it,
still
it's
get
not.
us generally in trouble if we like over change what's going on in people's kit.
Mhm.
I don't think taking a motor out of a chain weapon is that bad. Then putting it into another thing to make another chain weapon.
It's considered disrespectful to the machine spirit if it's not put back in a weapon of the same type.
Right.
But that's more of a Mechanicus issue.
Okay.
The Astra Militarum doesn't like it if you modify your standard kit beyond standard, but an axe isn't really standard kit, so
Yeah, got it.
I
So,
have to wonder about the actual machine spirit that would live in a chain sword. But if it does, that's pretty cool.
hey man,
it's a very simple, very angry machine spirit.
Understandable.
as it should be. So,
It
can
would
I?
suit Arbitron perfectly. Just need to find a chain weapon that we can break
Yeah.
apart.
So can I do that, or do I have to wait till next time?
I'll say you can give it one shot.
Cool. I will.
Come up to the quartermaster's office while Nualia is office. The open space outside of a warehouse that has a few tarpaulins and camo netting over it, stacked high with crates and a lot of troopers moving about. You can see about 5 members of the 999th collecting crates at the direction of the quartermaster, and Nualia reading off a list.
Oh. Noalia, did you get the motor? I'm gonna presume.
Shake of the head. I'm sorry,
No!
Aquatron. I'm afraid they don't seem to have any.
No, what?
Those are pretty
Quartermaster. Really? No, nothing? You don't have any broken chain weapons? Have their motors intact? What?
Well,
What
believe
about?
it or not, we tend to fix them or send them off to the Mechanicus.
Uh,
It's no use to us if it's broken, is it?
I get. He's gonna point at like a random like crate or box. What about in there? What about in that box?
It's frag grenades.
Are you sure? Can I
I'm
insist
pretty
that you check? He'll like go in his pouch. It'll fucking pull out, open. It's like really old timey. Opens up and pulls out like actual real gelt.
Are you trying to? Oh my god!
Huh?
You're gonna get shot.
He raises an eyebrow. And what exactly is that?
A gift.
Who?
He's pointing at the guy.
Well, I distinctly remember when Flux tried this.
He raises an eyebrow and leans in close. Lays a hand on your shoulder, pulls you in a little. His gruff, unshaven features and mechanical eye clicking as it focuses on your face. He says, bribing a member of the quartermastery is a pretty serious offence. Donations to the Astra Militarum are always accepted. He slaps you on the cheek. Keep that in mind.
He doesn't give him finger guns, but he just nods like, yes.
This fucking double standard.
Hey, look, doesn't mean I'm not gonna get flogged later. It just means I'm gonna have some words to say to help me not get flogged, but then still get it anyway because I'm an abhuman. So I believe you mentioned I could modify this with something. Do I even want to try?
Me an influence roll with +1 dice.
All right, sick. Are you all ready for 3 exalted dice? Are you ready for it?
Let's see it.
Oh, wait. Bonus die. No! Wrath! It's what they got last. No, wait, no, they didn't get anything last time, so maybe it's close.
He straightens up. Says, "All right. So, what is that shiny thing in your hands?"
This is a donation to the Astra Militarum.
That's right. Good. He pauses for a moment, reaches into a pocket on the thigh of his fatigues, and pulls out a sheet of papers. Unfolds them.
It's the surveys!
Pulls a pen out of a pocket and begins scribbling on it. And after a while, he hands it to you and the pen, and you can see that it is indeed a form recognizing the donation of 1 solid throne gilt to the 307th Taurus Igni.
Yeah, he signs it, no question. He knows how to write his name. That's it.
Good.
All right then. Good.
Just
Got to
get
keep these
these.
things in proper order, or the commissars will be breathing down my neck. Now, as it so happens, we do have these, and he takes a few steps behind a couple of the piles of crates and comes back, pulling a very small little box, plonks it on top of a pile of crates beside you, and pops the lid, and pulls out a tiny little chain blade, about the size of a Bowie knife.
Ooh.
Aww.
That's really
These
interesting.
These were rejected by the commandos. We've got about 24 of them. Engines aren't that powerful. They can't do a long blade, so they're no good to us really, but Mechanicus won't fucking take them back. You can do whatever the hell you like with this one. He tosses it to you, then closes the box.
Catch it and say, thank you.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing else, I've got plenty of work to get to.
This fucking double standard.
This is the Imperium. Bureaucracy at its peak.
Donation. Hey, look, if anything, he has my name on paper, so if he just like feels like he's like, hey, he bribed me.
And now that money goes towards paying for officers' meals.
Exactly. And I get flogged. There you go.
Win-win for everybody, I guess.
Well, okay, so the reason I'm salty about this, out of everything, is Hugh was the person to tell me that I could bribe someone in the moment where I was trying
No.
to get the thing. Yeah.
I told you you could spend wealth to improve your chances. That doesn't automatically
You
mean bribe.
specifically inferred. Implied. That's the word. You
It's the
implied
implication. That's the problem.
heavily, as I was trying to do the thing, that I could bribe the guy. Which means that it is possible and would not be a horrible method.
Mm,
Yeah.
And
If
then
you found
didn't
that one that was
bother.
particularly shady. You just got unlucky. I had made this character to be relatively honest. There are definitely shady characters in the 13th Company. There's a bunch of them. But you've got to find
yeah,
them.
they're all in our squad.
Well, a lot of them are in your squad now. But there are
They're all just
we're-
call, actually.
We're hoarding the shade.
Yeah,
First
well,
Eye is pretty shady as far as the Imperium goes. Like, he's letting you guys get away with a lot of shit.
I'm just saying given that as the DM you get to choose who we interact with, I feel singled out.
I made his character long before you decided to go and bribe him.
Also, Kunedo, I got it.
Which one?
The motor.
Nice, good job.
I kind of got the motor. We'll have to
I
take.
I was just gonna keep going on my rant that Hugh's punishing me because we're seeing each other.
Isn't that what you're into generally?
That's a
Hit the nail on the head with that one, huh?
Isn't this exactly how you deal with El Brattarino?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you guys bring back your spoils from requisitioning, bringing it back to the barracks after everyone's assembled their kit again.
Agrotrom immediately runs to Riven with the Bowie chain knife. I got it!
What is this?
It's a chain knife.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say chain knife?
Yes. But
What the nine hells is a chain knife?
it's a knife with chain.
Imagine a chainsaw,
Uh-huh.
but it's a knife.
Yes. Now there's the simplest step of we're allowed to do whatever with it. They said so. Break the motor out.
Wait, hold on. Okay, alright, okay.
Look, they don't just have the motors laying around. They stick it back in weapons apparently. So this is the best
That's a smart
option.
move. Alright, okay. They really don't care if this thing is broken into pieces.
I mean, you could probably disassemble it, but
Well, I was going to. That was my plan.
they said it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe the metalheads might care, but just don't show the metalheads.
You're showing a metal head right now.
Well, you're a cool metalhead, and eyes, and arm,
Ugh,
and I don't know.
Let's not talk about the arm right now.
Isn't
feeling a little weird
Flux
about that.
more metal in the head than you right now?
Mm.
I mean,
It
we've got the whole
tries.
skull plates thing.
You do have that, and you have cables. So yeah, I think actually you are more heavily modified than I am. I've just got the eyes
Yeah.
and the arm, but the arm was, and I guess also ports now. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, we both got
Uh,
interface ports?
Yeah, I got them as a free perk when I was getting my eye repaired.
Nice.
Mechanicus is a meritocracy. It rewards success.
Yeah, and I have to.
That'd be
head
nice.
up flirt with a janitor. That's a different conversation.
Hey, ask him for Myrmidon armor next time you're there.
Just
That's not.
don't succeed too much, or they'll send you to the. Oh wait, that's how I got here.
But you were flirting with a janitor?
Is that how you got here?
That face when you Tanya the evil yourself.
Flux's background is literally they were too creative for the Mechanicus with how they were messing with stuff, and it pissed them off so much that they got sent to die in the Militarum.
Wait, that's different. That's different than flirting with a janitor.
I was
More
speci-
because you were
you said
impatient.
that
The
you
Mechanicus
said-
requires its initiates to go through hundreds of years of rigid and strict lifestyle habits and routines.
Sorry, did you say years or hours?
Refused.
Years.
Years.
Actual years.
Yep.
Solar
Oh, yeah,
years.
there's
The
like
average
treatment
Magos
for that.
of the Adeptus Mechanicus is between 2 and like 800 years. Some are over
How the fuck
1,000.
old am I then?
Belisarius Call, current fabricated general of Mars, is over 10,000 years old.
Cool.
He also splits his brain apart into other bodies, so
Which is
I mean,
technically illegal,
fair.
but no one can stop him.
Yeah, it's technically techno
What I would do.
heresy, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
look, at least he's
what I
not
would do is
Fabius
flip
Bile. That's basically the key is he's
Yeah.
not warp fabricator general, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So alright. So you want me to take this? Okay. So you want me to take this chain knife and put it into Grimball?
Yes. Also Grimball.
Sorry, Grimball. This could go
Yes!
horribly wrong. Are you prepared for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you require assistance?
Hugh, does the knife have a machine spirit, or is it just? Can I check that?
It has a very basic nascent machine spirit.
Okay.
Give me a tech roll.
Sure.
Well, they do the green balls. Agrotrum say, just if you're doing it, don't cut your finger on the blade on accident, because it will take out. It will literally drain you of 3 or 4 ounces. I don't know how it does it. It
What?
just does. He's bullshitting you clearly, but it's like
I have no detection. I have no way to detect that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know people. I know people because I know you guys. I don't know people. Anyway, 6 successes on a tech roll.
What are people? Can I eat
Yeah.
them?
This blade has
Agrocrum's not
a
people.
rudimentary machine spirit. You would know that in this context, it would be construed as having a very temperamental throttle, quick to rev up, hard to control.
Sounds like a match made in hell. All right.
You would also know that this item hasn't actually been used in combat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I get
It's
it. I
fairly
get it.
fresh from the manufacturer.
All right. So,
Nice.
it's a kid and it wants to go prove itself. All right.
It's in
I
an edgelord teenager phase.
yeah, of course.
My,
All right.
my bad.
I-
My real tech priest wouldn't tell me to do this.
I bet they would, the Grimball.
You're not my tech priest.
Now
Alright.
shut up! We're killing people.
So, Hugh, what do I need to do? What do I need in order to do this? If I'm gonna rip the chain out of this. Well,
I would say you would need time.
sure.
Maybe if you have 6 hours of downtime between training and what have you for sleep and recuperation, and you do it in what free time you have, you could do it in maybe 2 or 3 days.
Well, Agrotron, there's good news and bad news. Which one do you want?
Weapon for that period of time, though.
You would know that it's going to require a lot of plasma cutting. You're going to have to cut holes to bolt the assembly onto. You're going to have to grind away part of the blade to make space for the chain so that the edge of the blade is still usable along with a chain to assist. It will take a fair bit of work.
Yep, that's fair. So, good news and bad news. The good news is I can do it. The bad news is it's going to take time. Like, a couple of days kind of time.
That's fine.
And you owe me big. This is the first downtime we've gotten in weeks, and if I'm going to spend a couple of days working on this thing for your vanity project, you owe me big.
I would argue it's not vanity, but I will not argue that I owe you.
All right.
If anything, this is very strange because normally you're not supposed to hand off a squat weapon to a non-squat to modify it, but I trust you well enough for that.
Well, that's your mistake. But
You also
I'll
don't
do my
have.
best.
You also don't have any engineers around to modify your weapon.
I don't. Not that they would anyway, because they'd be like,
I volunteer.
Agrotrom, why can't you do it yourself? You're son of the great Lord Hadramor, weaponsmith and warrior. And I'm like, I took more to the combat than the building. And then they'd be like, you shame your ancestors, Agrotrom. And then I'd kick him in the teeth. And then they'd be not so happy to say that anymore. But then they
Anyone
don't work out of
who's
my
met
weapons.
you- Yeah, so anyone who's met you knows that you're more suited to fighting than building.
Yes.
All right, fine.
Do you guys have your discussion? There is a sharp rap at the door. Not waiting for a reply, it swings open, and the tall, sharply uniformed figure of Captain Jax stands in the doorway. Shape up, recruits! Get to the training ground on the western side of the complex in the next 20 minutes.
Would it be very
He's
bad
gonna
of
shove-
Would it be very bad of Nawalia to be like, aye, aye, Captain, at that point?
You're not part of the guard. You can say whatever you like.
Yeah. Nawalia's not going to do that because it would not be a thought that Nawalia would have, but I want to do
Right.
it.
Spasiba, Capitan!
Jax gives a sharp nod and disappears from view.
Okay.
That.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Am I involved in this?
Say
I
what?
actually don't. So, I don't really understand the relationship between the Mechanicus and the guard here. Am I part of this training?
Yes. You are attached to the squad. You do what the squad does.
All right, that makes sense. I hate it, but that's fine.
Kent, you thought you were gonna get out of training.
Yes,
You get to hold rank. That means you get to suffer with us too.
I know. I thought I was gonna do the. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't participate in gym class. I've got an iron lung.
Before we go to training, Outram would like to observe Lace and see if he's like clearly mad at him or not for giving him the oofening.
Meanwhile,
It's insight roll.
Nawalia is observing Lace to see if he's clearly unfit to do training right now.
Insight. Oh yeah. I'll use my other wrath because I don't think there's gonna be anything else worthy of it. Nice.
Nope. Worse.
Hey, it's not complication.
Unfortunately not. You can't really read him. He shoots you a couple of glances, but his face is fairly blank.
If only
Alright.
you had gotten a complication and been like, "Yeah, no, dude, he thinks you're he thinks you're his best friend." Like,
This
All right.
man worships the ground you walk on.
We're on to step 2. Then I walk up to him. Hey, your head okay? I gave you a pretty bad walloping from what I heard.
He straightens up, hefting his rifle. I've had worse down in the underhives. You hit hard for a little guy, but yeah, I've taken worse beatings.
Ah, good. Well, I guess not good, but you're still alive. It like tries to observe, sort of see if there's a visible dent. You're not maimed. This is good.
His head
want
is probably bandaged.
Yeah. It'll just say, you almost had me. The grab, not best choice. Easier to just stab. And then grab once the knife is stuck in me. At least that's what I would recommend.
Give me a
Nawalia.
persuasion roll.
yes, Flux.
Is Lace going to be able to participate?
I will roll a medic
No.
for that.
I don't know. I wasn't even trying to persuade her. I was just like, hey, you want to get a short guy? Stab him first.
He gives you a small nod and says, "Yeah, maybe I'll try that next time."
Do you want the next time?
Nine.
He shrugs and turns away.
9 successes. 9 successes on Medicaid to see if he's actually fit for training.
Don't make him kick down doors or tackle people, but otherwise he should be all right.
Okay, yeah. Essentially, just don't have him be the support. Don't have him be the one running and doing everything.
You'd have to beat me to the punch first. Huh.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Then yes, in that case, definitely do not have him wrestle Agrotrom to get to the front again.
Alright. Get your kit together. Let's go.
Woo!
And Nualia,
Yes.
are you okay?
I'm fine.
It's like visibly pale from blood loss. Has internal bleeding.
Actually, Noalia never performed Medicaid on herself to
Nope.
deal with anything after the training. So yeah, she's here. She's got her power armor on. It'll be fine.
Fortunately, the undersuit of the armor is designed to compress wounds and aid in healing. So you won't
Nice.
bleed out. But
Yeah.
I will say, without having Medicaid yourself, you are going to be exhausted.
Okay.
But
Maybe
yeah,
you should sit this one out.
I think it might be good for me to join in on this first one at least. But beyond that,
I'm going to request that you observe.
So I couldn't put the context clues on this, but I was having invasive surgery, and she points to her eye that's back. What the hell happened while I was gone?
We had the impromptu fighting ring. I showed that I'm the best melee combatant here. Noalia fought Bule outside the armor. They're about the same. They literally slumped over together. I would have called it a tie.
And
Hey,
what's what actually happened?
no, but he's mostly right. Belay actually won, but I got in a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you got bested by that shitty noble?
I was not in power armor at the time.
Oh, okay, all right, that
Uh,
makes more sense.
but yeah,
Nualia,
Yeah,
you're
Nualia-
going to be
Nua-
sitting this out.
Nualia, that willpower roll that I rolled was just a personal thing. Yeah, she stands for a second, just like very clearly internally arguing with her pride. Then finally she nods and says, "All right, very well."
Now, if you want, you may observe. If not, go get yourself fucking checked out.
I will observe.
Yeah. We will
Let's-
head out.
Lessons start tomorrow, Noalia.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Make sure your muscles aren't too stiff after the training.
He just flexes. Never.
Pull this shit again to get out of training, and I'm gonna have you running laps next time.
If only this was to get out of training.
Oh, my mortal enemy. Cardio!
Aggro trauma is fine in a combat situation. The second you give him stares, all but
So, as you guys make your way to the eastern side of the encampment, you enter into an area walled off by 10-foot high rockcrete walls. Inside, a small makeshift town has been built from prefabricated structures in a variety of random arrangements. The rockcrete floor has been paved perfectly smooth, and in large red letters on the floor are various signs, like Muster Point, where you can see a familiar regiment of platoon of troopers, the 37th.
those are the ones we just went on the
No, those are the 77th.
rescue mission.
The 37th are the ones you have a rivalry with.
Oh, these are the
Mhm.
shitty guys.
Thanks, Hugh. You're great.
Don't worry, we'll freaking knock him out the park.
You see
just
them
that
arrayed
good.
in parade formation. Captain Jack standing in front of them. She gestures for you to take up positions on the other side of her. Then, pointing at a pile of crates to one side. This is your kit for the day. Low-powered Cantrell lasguns, rubber bayonets, shock mauls, and paint rounds, shells, grenades, and missiles. Red for crack and AP, blue for frag and regular. If you are so much as splashed, you are out. No exceptions. take a piece of cannon shrapnel and you are on the ground. Do you get me, troopers?
Are we playing paintball?
We're playing paintball.
Well, I
Sort
mean,
of. You're
y'all-
using las guns on low power, which is basically like being punched in the gut by
It's-
a superheated fist.
It's the same
And
as the
the
first training
Cannons
assignment.
and missiles are using paint.
It's the same as the first training assignment that we had for our session 0, except with cannons and paint grenades.
hey, look,
We used our actual weapons for the
We-
first training
Yeah.
assignment that you scheduled.
Yes.
Impromptu, might I
yes.
add.
Yes. And it was
Your
las
current
las
lasguns
guns with
do
low
not-
power.
Your current las guns do not have variable power settings.
Yeah.
So you're being issued temporary kit for the sake of training. It doesn't actually make any difference. You will not be modifying any stats. It will purely be ballistics roll based. If you're hit, you are hit. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, y'all are gonna play your light ball, paintball. Everyone's gonna play shock ball.
Coming in for the head.
There are a few murmurs from the troopers. If you are hit, you will drop to the ground and call for mummy like it's the real thing. Medics will simulate first aid for a minimum of 10 seconds, or I'll make sure you get to practice on the real deal. This is combat training, not a leisure day. Sister Nualia, you are welcome to join the exercise if you want to, but it's your choice.
At the very least, for this first exercise, if you don't mind if I step in and act as a medic.
That's perfectly alright.
Very
That
well.
being said, medics are off limits. Don't shoot them. They're here in case you are actually injured. They will be simulating their behavior, but if you actually blind your medic and then get shot in the face, they're not going to be there to help you. So be sensible about this.
Am I a medic who can also shoot?
Say that again?
I'm just thinking, like, am I a medic who? Wait, how do I factor into this? Should
You're
I be?
not the medic.
That's true.
But those
You're
of
a
you
normal
doing
part of the
combat
squad.
duty, you are all fair game. Sister Nualia, and she gestures at a group of 4 individuals wearing bright orange jumpsuits.
Okay.
Your medtechs will be there in case you actually get injured.
Dwalia will
999. Your squad Vox call signs will be Tooth and Nail. The tank crew will be Bruiser. Memorize that. It's faster than names and it covers the whole squad. 37th. Yours are Shard and Fracture. The emplacement team will be Fury. For the first exercise, you will be practicing squad tactics. No tanks, no Tauroxes. Bruiser, you will be forming 2 heavy weapons teams using these. She gestures at a pair of large autocannons. M201 autocannons, loaded with paint shells. You will have 1 magazine of frag and 1 magazine of AP.
armor
Niners,
piercing
your
paint
objective
shells.
will be to clear the combat area of enemy assets utilizing the tactics I will now teach you. 37th, yours is to stop them. I will start each exercise with a walkthrough and tactical breakdown. Sergeant Flux, bring your squad leads and seconds and follow me. Lieutenant Vorsilov, have your men take up positions in the wall. Assume post-advanced breaching scenario. The
Dwalia,
lieutenant of the 37th gives a nod. Understood, Captain. You heard the troopers. Move out.
Dwalia will actually raise a hand and just ask, do you happen to have another of those orange jumpsuits? I figure that might be a little less intensive for everyone involved if I didn't run out in full power armor.
She nods and gestures to the medtechs. They pull out one of their packs.
Yeah, she'll take that, go off to a more private location and change into that.
Flux will give Riven a nod and grin at Lanewald. Guess you gotta choose your second now.
Shit. Kaminsky, you're with me.
Mason's just like, what the fuck?
Did you not think this was going to be a thing you needed?
Hey man,
Kaminsky actually steps forward, salutes sharply, and falls alongside without complaint.
Did you not think this was going to be a thing you needed?
Well, it hadn't occurred to me it would come up so soon.
Okay.
Are you using the automatic vision tool for Roll20 for this?
No,
No? Okay.
I'm using the manual version.
Okay. Still, this is pretty good so far. I like it.
Yeah, took a lot of carving out.
I'm sure.
This is very good.
Because this is a lot of the freehand vision tool, right? Because the base one is just,
Yep.
here, draw a square.
Yep, a lot of polygon use.
Hugh loves geometry. He's a big fan of math.
Hey, it looks good.
Does it in his spare time.
Die in a fire.
Geometry's his favorite.
I like
I-
math when spooky beings come out from the sky and start talking to me in it.
Right up there
That
with
is cool.
quadratic equations.
I know I can do a little bit of math in my head, but even just fuck geometry in general.
Yeah, geometry's the best. In Hugh's opinion, right up there with quadratic equations.
And calculus.
I don't even remember how to do quadratic equations.
That's why I picked that.
But yeah.
I can tell you, Google.
So, Jack turns to Flux, Riven, and Lanewold, and Kaminsky, and Lisa now. And yeah, she leads you over to this building.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on, I haven't got the right fucking versions. Let me grab those.
Are we even gonna have time to run through this scenario?
Not today, but I can show you the basics,
Fair.
and then you can present any questions you have. Lisa, Lanewold, Kaminsky. Okay. So, Jax gestures at the door here. Says, if you're going to be entering a room that you can't see into, I'm going to teach you a basic procedure to enter and clear corners. You want to act as a group. Sergeant Major, stand to the left of the door. Weapon ready. Back, keep your shoulder up against it. Door beside you. Then gestures at Lanewold. You on the other side. The rest of you behind them. And gestures for you to take up positions.
Yep. Flux is
Back
just
on
gonna do what
either
they're
side.
told.
So, basics, breach and clear. One of you designate which, gestures at Lanewold. Kick the door in. You move opposite from your side. So as you come in, she pushes open the door, steps inside. Lanewold, you would come across like this, clear that side of the room. Sergeant Major, you would come in and clear this side of the room. That way you're both covering each other's backs as you enter. The rest of you file in, continue the process. Do this for each door you can. If you can't get on both sides, stack up on one, move in. She gestures
Wendy's
for you to
tried to
step back
explain this
outside.
to me like 9 times before, and seeing it with a diagram helps so much more.
She gestures for you both to come back outside again and closes the door. Now, usually, there's something nasty hiding in there, and it's better to find out after it's dead than when it's shooting you in the face. So, we usually like to use these. She pulls a paint grenade off her belt, tosses it in the air, and catches it. Breach and clear. Same deal, kick the door in. One who's kicking steps aside, one who isn't kicking pulls a grenade pin, tosses it in. You both stand back, cover your ears, grenade goes bang, everyone in the room is either dead or stunned. Then you breach in, clear, easy as pie.
Out of character, does this person know that we've done missions before?
We've
Yeah.
never actually done this.
Yeah. What we've done is
True.
basically extremely.
Like, this is
straightforward.
the technical method that this is actually done via. We've been kind of bullshitting and backhanding it.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that just what we do?
It's all about speed, shock, and awe. Soon as the grenade goes off, you're going in. You want to keep them off balance, you want to hit them as fast as you can. Bring everyone down, don't wait for survivors or surrenders.
This is Hugh basically going, hey Alex, you don't know anything about this, so you've been engineering weird and backwards ways to do things. Let me help you.
A lot of our tactic has basically been shout while outside the room to see for anybody who makes noise, locate where that noise was, shoot them.
Right. But we also
pretty much
didn't
been our-
necessarily. Wait, well, we've also been accepting surrenders.
We have been.
Thus far, the way I've been thinking about this is redefine the rules from actual combat engagement so that we don't have to know this stuff, but eventually
Yeah.
we're going to have to know this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have been accepting surrenders largely because a lot of the rooms we've been breaching in have contained officers. I think this is more of you're outside the building. This is the front door. The officers are not at the front door.
Jax, just
Yeah.
for you to play out the sequence a couple of times so that you get a feel for how to move as a group, and then just for you to step back to over here. Now, that's all good and well for clearing buildings. Best done in small groups, fire teams. One squad divides into two groups of 5 people. That's 2 fire teams. Call them Group A, Group B, Group 1, Group 2, doesn't matter. They're part of the squad still, but they can move somewhat independent of each other. She gestures at Squad 1 and gestures at Ribbon to join them as part of the squad denominations.
Mm-hmm.
There you've got 2 fire teams. Assuming you're in one of them, Sergeant Major.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with 2 fire teams, if you're going to be coming up a broad avenue like this, and she gestures down to the south, your best method is to do a leapfrogging motion with your fire teams. You have your first fire team set up at a point of cover, have them lay down suppressing fire towards the enemy down here, and while they're keeping the enemy's heads down, your other fire team can move up. Either best not to move down a line of fire, but you could breach into a building, make your way through and down, come out around. This is called a flanking maneuver. Usually your enemy are going to be entrenched, facing their main threat, which gives you an ample opportunity to sneak around them. She gestures at this building, and I will now reveal the interior. That building will allow you to move undetected and unmolested round to a position here. Let me get the damn thing. Here, allowing you to flank any enemies in this area. It means that you'd spend less time out in the open where your enemies can get a good shot at you, instead of just charging bareheaded straight down the main avenue. Always try and look for alternative routes and flanking opportunities. If you can't find a good way to flank your enemy, try to find ways to create cover that you can advance to in a leapfrogging motion using your 2 fire teams, and cover each other as you go forward. Doesn't matter if you actually hit an enemy and kill them, as long as you just put enough fire down their way to keep their heads down.
This makes sense.
She glances around at the officers. You get what I'm putting down?
Yep.
Dr. Trump's just thinking here, like, when does a shock mall come in? But he never asks.
Good. So, that's the basics of advances. Push comes to shove. If you are within 5 meters or so of an enemy formation, and you can't necessarily get around them, your best bet is to move into melee. If you catch your enemy off guard and they're using rifles, that's going to take them time to pull out a melee weapon and respond. So take those opportunities when you can.
That's what we have the attack dwarf for.
Hello! He brandishes the shock mall. Huh?
Yeah, I had noticed you had a squat among you. It's good. Melee is surprisingly useful in certain circumstances, especially, and she gestures at this row of buildings here, what we call the wall. Lots of tight confines, lots of narrow spaces. Having a good a long rifle makes it a lot more difficult. She gestures at the Cantrail pattern rifles you're carrying. Those are long, difficult to maneuver around tight corners. But those, and she gestures at the Solex pattern guns you'd put down, they're good and short, compact, easy to get in and out. This will allow you to
Question
move
out of
fast and engage
character.
quickly.
Does
Yes.
my dueling las pistol have a variable setting?
Yes, dueling las pistols are fairly advanced.
Okay, Flux is just gonna slowly raise their hand.
I'll be right back.
Yes, Sergeant Major.
I also have a dueling las pistol. Would that be allowed for this exercise?
As long as it's set to low power, yes.
Understood.
Flux carefully forgets to set it to low power when faced with the 37th.
Alright, any further questions? No? Excellent. So, in the next exercise, I will have you and your 2 squads clear the wall, going room by room, finding each enemy in turn and incapacitating them. Remember, 1 hit is good enough, they'll feel it. This is training, you're not here to kill each other. So, Sergeant Major, divide your squads as you see fit. Remember, 2 fire teams per squad. And plan your attack.
Fun. You said specifically this whole area is what we're having to clear?
Yep.
Fun. And it ends down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
Alright.
Jacques Mall.
Did we get clarification on aiming for the enemy's head?
Try not to. I don't want any blind troopers.
Noted.
Ba-dum. Hmm. Bullard was the one that Nualia fought, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. We're gonna be trying something out. Bullard, you're gonna head up one of the fire teams.
Me, Sergeant? Are you sure?
Wanna see what you can do?
Could I be in the same squad, seeing as we're both heavily melee combatants?
Take Packard, Feely, and... Sorry, I'm looking at my notes.
Clears her throat behind you. It isn't uncommon to assign fire teams with specific roles, like assault teams, support fire teams.
Mhm.
More specialized, less generic.
Specialization is a good thing.
Fair. I'm gonna have to, like, extensively look at my notes then if this is a thing.
One example would be an assault squad divided into two fire teams, one specializing in flanking maneuvers and close-range combat, the other more specialized in providing support fire to pin enemies down.
Mhm.
The two can then work in tandem to perform the task that would otherwise require two different squads.
This is totally fair. Me as a player is gonna need, like, time to go over my notes, TM.
That's why we're going to be ending it before you actually start the exercise, but we're going to be continuing on until the end of the session in roleplay fashion so that we can try and get as many questions and queries and ideas out in an in-game fashion as possible.
Yeet.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
And Jax glances at Bullet and Agrotrom. With two melee fighters, it might serve you to form a fire team with your most competent close combaters.
Actrom's like, just nods like, yes. That sounds good to me.
How
He just used
atypical
French to shock them all.
how atypical is it for squads to split into two firing teams where one is support for the other breaching, so that the squad, rather than having to have a specialization, can work as its own independent unit?
Two balanced fire teams to operate independently, you mean?
Yeah. You could have one
It's
group
not uncommon.
you could have one fire team supporting the other as they breach and have the squads work independently. For instance, with this specific exercise, say, starting at different ends of the building and clearing in towards each other.
It is certainly doable, though bear in mind you do have two entire squads to work with and a heavy weapons pair.
Fair. What the fuck is this, Mason?
He travels. He seeks the Parmesan.
I mean, it makes as much sense. Why not?
I mean, it makes much sense as my profile pic.
No,
Just
I
the
mean,
two words.
you just explained it. Like, he travels and he seeks the Parmesan. This seems pretty self-explanatory to me.
There you go.
Okay.
So, just out of character, maybe a suggestion is you designate individuals to command fire teams, and then we just do that. That takes the, the specifics off of you.
Yeah, so from what I understand about how stuff works, Lanewald handles the specifics of her squad, but I still have to provide the general overview of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
As well as still do what I have been doing with our squad. Which is fun.
Well,
But, yeah.
do
You wanted more troops.
Not that I had to tell what to do.
So, think this might be a good place for us to end off? Since I know,
Sure.
Alex, you're looking at the notes to figure out the fire teams, right?
My brain is breaking. I'll come back,
Hmm.
like, actually understanding what's going on next week.
Yeah. Then
Fair enough.
let us
Yep.
end this here. I will form a raid to send these good-ish people on.
Don't insult me like that.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say
you're
the
not-
audience are good people.
Yeah, I was gonna
Us,
say you're not
so
in the
much.
you're not in the audience, Alex, so it's fine.
I'm on Twitch.
Are you in the
Fuck
audience
you.
right now? Oh,
Yes, I
okay.
am. Fuck you.
All right. See, good-ish. Okay, it still stands.
No,
Alright.
you can fuck right off with that bullshit.
For a moment.
I do not really have anybody on my list that I wish to raid at the moment. If there's anybody in chat who has suggestions, I am open to them. If
Oh.
not, then we likely will just end off. If,
I can see if my
I don't see
good
anything
friend
in the
Insidious
notes.
Spy is streaming, or
Yeah.
Actually, I have an idea. I just don't know if that person is streaming at the moment. Oh yes, Insidious Pie is in fact streaming.
Is streaming. Okay.
Yes.
Then yeah.
Go check her out. She's a good friend of mine.
Hi. She's playing What the Dub? Oh, she's doing
Looks like it.
Jackbox. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we will go say hi to Pi, and hope you all have a good night. Let's see.
Yeet.
For me, tomorrow and Wednesday I'm not doing anything. I will be back Thursday with Dungeons and Dragons, and then I don't know what I'm doing over the weekend. Probably more Ni no Kuni. yeah.
Also, you and I should talk about like doing a thing at some point.
Yes.
I
Oh, and because I learned about this just today, the 22nd, that is a Tuesday, I actually will be streaming that day. Disney is now doing a tie-in with Sea of Thieves. Jack Sparrow is coming to the Sea of Thieves, so we're gonna go check out
Yeah.
the new adventures, new enemies, and hopefully the full body fucking Kraken. So
Nice.
yeah, hopefully the full body Kraken, not just the tentacles.
I hope it's
But
the
yeah.
cool kind of Kraken and not the squid kind of Kraken.
I think it's the squid kind of Kraken.
That is
They're
a cool
ripping
kind
it
of.
wholesale from Pirates of the Caribbean, so like,
Yeah, it's just straight up Pirates of the Caribbean. There's some new stuff that they're adding in. The new enemies look super cool. I'm sort of excited. I want Disney to keep their fucking claws off of Sea of Thieves.
Mhm.
But
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Understandable.
I'm excited for the adventures. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Just...
Good night.
I'll let y'all know for next game. You'll get to see me in another state because I'm flying out to Oklahoma tomorrow.
Oh, nice.